Kia ora e te whānau, hello and welcome to TSB Bank Arena right here in Wellington. Lovely to have you with us on a Saturday afternoon. Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way first, round 14, Sal's NBL a little bit later this afternoon. The Saints and the Nuggets, Justin Nelson with you, Casey Frank right alongside me. Full house expected here a little bit later this afternoon. Of course, Sky Broadband Rapid League first up. Looking forward to this. It's always a lot of fun. So quick, isn't it? Matthew Bardsley spoke to us before we came on air. He's just loving it, the fact that he can get out there amongst it and just run, and we're seeing that play out in the Rapid League.
You left the part out where you said he didn't really like having to hear from coaches, so that made it a lot easier in the Rapid League. But it's been fantastic Rapid League season.
Yeah.
I think we've seen tremendous development across the competition.
You just stopped him in then, by the way.
Of course I did. Of course I did. That is no secret to any coaches that players like playing without being coached. But not only that, but I think the veterans that have been in this lineup as well we've seen some nice lessons being passed on from one generation to the next. So overall, it's been a great season. I can't wait to see how it finishes.
Here's the Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder as it stands at the moment. The Giants, by the way, will finish on top. Congratulations. They are going to be the inaugural champions of the Sky Broadband Rapid League in the NBL.
Which is fantastic for them, especially in their pursuit of that 6th spot in the Sal's NBL. With today's teams 4th and 5th on the ladder, if the Nuggets get a win by enough points today, they will be able to jump that Wellington Saints team. So certainly something to be on the line when a top 4 placing is available today.
Yeah, a bit to play for. The Saints have lost 3 of their last 4. The Nuggets have won 3 of their last 4. This is how the Nuggets will start. Coleman, Ahi, Aitchison, Piper and Smiler. Of course, Bardsley and Knox both playing up and starting in the Sal's NBL today, as they have done the last couple of games.
Yeah, just Michael Russ coming off the bench, so a shorter lineup, but certainly a team that's very capable of scoring and can do it in a myriad of ways as we've seen them do this year.
This is how the Saints will start. Fana Payase, Dougal Meader, Prewster, Evans Jr. and Lovell. We believe they're only going to be running with 5 players, the Saints. The big news is that man on screen taking a seat at the moment, Hiram Harris, will be playing this afternoon in the Sal's NBL, returning from injury.
Huge pickup for Hiram Harris to come back into it. Interested to see how the Saints Rapid League team does without any substitutions. Most concerned for Dion Prewster. He's the oldest there in the bunch. Hope he's got his fitness back.
Here's the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head case.
And then we see a close game last time out. The Nuggets were really in form until a loss last round to the Phi. Castle Evans Jr. leading the league in assists, has been fantastic. 2nd in steals to Josh Aitchison, who is 1st in steals but has been scoring the basketball really well of late. And that forward battle between the just added Lovell and Robbie Coleman should be interesting as well.
Coin officials for this one, Sharon Martin, Amy Jo Clark and Riccardo Natai Remene. We're just about set for a start here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Saturday afternoon hoops. It is another Saturday double coming your way right here from Wellington to start us off with. And then the Bulls and the Tuatara later today and into the evening. Looking forward to that. Nothing better than an 0-9 matchup, and a lot on the line, it must be said, Casey, in the Sal's NBL for those 2 teams headed to finals. Robbie Coleman gets us started right here this afternoon.
Beautiful set. A lot of misdirection there. Had Josh Aitchison come off for that handoff, go fake. He was fading away, then come back for that screen. That high screen action by Coleman. He splits off it so nicely to get that cut. Really well done. I love the patience for a first play out, but I would like to see a little bit more of that level of execution as this game goes along.
Averaging 5 points, 3 rebounds a game, Robbie Coleman in the Rapid League. We've seen him have a 15-point game this season as well, so we know he can light it up. So too can Caslow Evans Jr. Coleman, good defense. Evans Jr. at the moment, Casey, right up amongst the MVP votes for the season. That'll be running the same as the Sal's NBL, so the top 10 vote getters go through to the final vote.
Well, hopefully he's sending out that package of his final finishing performance against the Auckland Tuatara, because that could convince some voters the way that he finished that one off. Didn't get a ton of playing time early in the season, but has stamped his imprint all over this team since getting the reins, so to speak, a little bit into the year.
Earlier this season when these 2 teams met in the Rapid League, the Saints got home by 3 in Dunedin. Aitchison's been in their sort of form lately for the Nuggets.
I love how he put Prooster in jail there, had him right on his back, slowed it right down. Didn't need to get up too far after that to get that finish with the layup.
He's averaging 9 points a game. Josh Aitchison, Dougal Meter from the pocket, loves it down in the corner.
Piper closed out hard, but a little too hard. Nice concentration from Ringimarie Dougal Meter to get that three off, despite the defensive attention from right behind his head.
First score for the Saints. He answers from the wing.
The teams are shooting quickly. Spoke briefly to Brent Matahare before the game. He just wanted to see some free-flowing offense, and Rapid League is certainly providing that here in the first couple of minutes.
Early stages, 8-3 Nuggets lead this one. A little bit of a hand on the back. Smiler against Lovell.
Unfortunate for him, he was in that physical back attack there down with Lovell down low, and then all of a sudden that pass was coming right to him. Didn't need to have that hand involved, but it was, hence the whistle. Saints ball on the baseline.
If you've just joined us, Hiram Harris to return this afternoon for the Mills Albert Wellington Saints. Looking forward to seeing the star Kiwi back on court after a knee injury. That's an offensive foul, moving screen against Dion Prooster.
Well, he laid the wood. Didn't watch the feet to see if he was set or not, but the contact there, if you're not set, was pretty heavy. And that's why he gets pinged for it. Got to come to that complete stop before you leave that screening action, create that advantage, and then leave. But you have to leave that millisecond of standing still.
Nuggets still an outside chance to make the final six, by the way. They need a lot to go right for them, including a few wins from here as well. Smiler all the way to the basket.
Well, nice action for him. Came down off that down screen. Prooster tried to recover, but then the little step through, Smiler enables himself to get caught coming off that screen. Prooster gets in front, the step back, there's the foul, and two quick ones on DM Prooster. And let's not forget, no subs for this Saints team, so Prooster is going to have to be very careful the rest of the way.
Don't think we've seen a team in the Sky Broadband Rapid League finish with 4 players yet, but it may happen today.
Let's not have today be that day.
Here's Evans Jr. Thada Paese back to Prooster, open for 3. Look great off the hand, drains it.
So smooth, Paese creating just a little bit of space there. Thada Paese there, drawing that defender before kicking it out to Prooster. And as you said, the stroke looks smooth and finished nicely.
11-6. Nice setup by the Nuggets. Smiler with the finish.
Well, a lot of movement for the Nuggets, a lot of screens, and confusion for the Saints coming off of it. They have to do a better job communicating defensively, because right now the Nuggets are taking advantage of that confusion.
They average 32 points a game. The Nuggets, 13 already. Here in the first, Thata Paese from the corner. Exactly where Dougal Meter was a couple of minutes ago.
Kessel Evans Jr. trying to grab some of those defenders. Nobody really got it, but he had enough space to get the ball to Thada Paese, who finishes well. Saints,
all their scoring from beyond the arc at the moment. Aitchison.
Never a surprise when the Saints are shooting the ball.
Never a surprise.
The South NBL 50% three-point rate means half their shots are threes.
Evans Jr. literally gave it to Robbie Coleman. Nuggets out by 4.
Smiler picked up his dribble a little quickly. Probably could have attacked more. Because of that, the defense is set.
Ball into Coleman. He's doubled. Came off his hand last. So the Saints pick it up with 35.7 to play in the first quarter here. Sal's NBL not too far away. Te Whanganui Atara, the home of the Saints, taking on the Nuggets. And then the Bulls and the Tuatara coming your way tonight live on Sky Sport. That will be an epic battle. Down off the glass, Evans Jr. Crowd enjoyed that one.
He just finds a way, doesn't he? He has a knack for finding that contact and still getting that ball up on the glass. Shortest player on the Saints floor right now, but finishes strongly on the interior after getting the harm. Has him on his hip the entirety of the way. Feels it, excited about the finish as well. Chance for the three-point play, and he does not convert that, so still a 2-point deficit for the Saints.
Let's see what the Nuggets can do here late. Smiler has a look at the shot clock, which is just inside the game clock at the moment. About a second and a half different. Smiler knocked out of his hands by Dougal Meter. Here come the Saints. Oh, Prewster didn't see Piper behind him. In fact, it's Ahi. Pulls up for three. Oh, Joe Ahi.
Ooh, and Dion Prewster's walking a little gingerly after that one. Might have had a twist. Heads up play by Joe Ahi coming from behind. Snakes the steal. Gives a little glimpse of the shot clock on top of the backboard. Understands he's going to have to be the one to take that shot. He likes it. He loves it after watching it tickle the twine for three and bump that lead back up to 5 points.
We'll have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats in just a moment. Don't forget, this is the week where Casey and I just salivate. The large cupped pepperoni pizza, $30 with thanks to Sal's Cup. I love that for an online code. That's available till next Tuesday.
Sal's Cup. Should we have a Sal's Cup somewhere? Seems like we need some kind of Sal's Cup challenge.
I know what you and I are having for dinner tonight, by the way.
Well, I actually had this exact pizza last night, so I don't know if I'm going to go back to back.
Come on.
Twist my arm.
You're a back-to-back man.
Well, taking a quick look at the stats after we talk about the Sky Broadband fiber deal, starting from $30 a month for the first 3 months. To hit that number, or look at skybroadband.co.nz.
Better be quick.
A quick look at these stats.
No, you better be quick on the fiber starter. It's only available. Ends tomorrow.
Ends tomorrow?
Get it done.
There's a chance.
No, surely not.
There's a chance we might be able to sneak it. Just for Sal's NBL viewers. It's going to be great.
What's happening with the stats?
Efficiency. Saints shooting 8%, the Nuggets shooting 85%. Not a lot of missed shots in total, just 2 so far in the entirety of the game. So this game not yet about the defense. A team that can find a way to slow down the opposition is going to have a hand on that win.
Did you say 80 and 85%
80
respectively?
and 85%.
Wow.
4 for 5 and 6 for 7.
Dougal Meter. That percentage will drop marginally for the Saints.
That doubles the missed shots for the Saints. Dougal Meter not being able to find the range there.
Second quarter underway. Sky Broadband Rapid League this afternoon. On the move, Rusk. Lovely work by Michael Rusk.
And I like how he talks Dion Prewster. He's got the 2 fouls. He can't really contest that. Rusk has that knowledge and uses it well.
Saints just with the 5 players up against a zone here at the moment. Dougal Meter from the wing.
I like
Puts
that release.
That down. He just looks so comfortable, doesn't he?
I like that release. You could tell before he even caught it, he was going to let that one fly. And just a little bit too much space provided him by Joe Ahi. Great hustle by Lovell.
Did well, didn't he? Got after it in the end. 3:02 to play. Nuggets by 4.
Possession will stay with the Nuggets on the arrow. Off the leg, here he goes down.
Look at those long arms of Corey Lovell.
Makes it a little easier to reach when you got that kind of wingspan.
He's been playing well for the Saints as well. Expect to see him play some spot minutes this afternoon in the cells.
Travel called on that one from Aitchison. I was a little blocked, couldn't see that clearly. But that'll give the Saints a chance to cut back into this 4-point deficit.
And the Nuggets switched the defense up again. Came out of quarter time in a zone, back to man now. Thanape. Ahi searching, busy over Lovell. Left it a little bit short. Rebound, Dougal Meter.
Nice job by Lovell to contest that without fouling, despite being on an island on the penetration.
Evans Jr. looked out for the wing for Thanape. Now Dion Prewster. Sends it out to Thanape. On the move, draws a foul from Aitchison. He'll head off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Good patience offensively. Prewster using that level roll to freeze the defense and find that angle to kick it out to Thanape in the corner. And then you see the nice drive. The hand is locked in. Little contact on the shot as well. So a couple of attempts from the Chemist Warehouse. Thanape hits the first to cut it to a 3-point deficit. And one more here. We'll have them just 2 points away.
Another Super Sunday coming your way in the Sal's NBL tomorrow. Second one there drops for Tyson Thanape. Jets and the Rams tomorrow afternoon, Casey. We're headed off for that one. Giants and the Sharks tomorrow night. By our calculations, if the Giants win that game, top 6 is settled.
Top 6 will be pretty much wrapped up. It'll all be about percentages from them. Huge opportunity for the Giants to lock it down, just as that opportunity by Caleb Smiler in the low post was knocked down with ease. He's been very in control of his offensive game today.
Saints and Nuggets here this afternoon. If the Nuggets win, still an outside chance. I think there might have been a travel picked up there on Caslow Evans Jr. Need not matter.
Travel from the opposition coaching staff. You can't always trust their input. And it's going to be Caslow Evans Jr. heading to the Chemist Warehouse stripe, saying that foul's on the shot. Second foul in the quarter on the Nuggets.
Yeah, Nuggets win this afternoon, Casey. They do keep their slim Final Six hopes alive. But, of course, that could end tomorrow evening if the Giants get up over the Sharks. Sharks a bit of a danger game for the Giants.
Not going to be an easy win. The Sharks playing much better basketball of late. Theo Kruba has been in a lot of foul trouble this season. If he continues that trend against the Sharks, that's going to leave them with a mighty mismatch in that middle. No Fotu around, so it's certainly a possibility the Sharks are going to get up on that one.
2-point ball game here. Heading down towards halftime.
Brewster with the hustle knocks it away, then he retains possession. Can he get resorted in transition?
Crowd continuing to file in from all reports. An expected sellout coming our way today here from the Capital.
There's only about 100 tickets available earlier today.
Oh, Robbie Coleman, just strong. He's a strong young man, Case.
And I think Rengi Dugomita came off second best in that one.
This one has closed up, though, through this second quarter. Saints starting to find some rhythm. This young man's been very good. Thada Paese, Lovell battling for the rebound. Just with the 5 players, the Saints, of course.
I like this push by the Nuggets. They realize they got a 2-for-1 opportunity. A little bit slow now, so probably just going to give it back to the Saints for one shot.
Smiler stepping through traffic. The pass was sensational to Coleman.
Nice
really
board.
hot pass, wasn't it?
It was a very good look. Couldn't get knocked down, but the rebound to finish things by Dugomita gives the Saints the chance to cut it back to a one-possession game on the final possession of the half.
Let's see what the Saints can do here. Both teams have their player timeout. Unlikely to use it, you would think, although Coleman with the strip. He's going to go from mid-court on the buzzer, just deep on the iron. And that'll do us. A couple of quarters down this afternoon in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Nuggets lead it by 4. Good contest. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. The Saints have lost 3 of their last 4. Saints in 3rd position on the ladder. Nuggets in 5th. Let's have a quick look at the Chemist Warehouse stats to halftime. And this one all of a sudden has just tightened up.
There we see the leading scorers. Caleb Smiler playing very well from inside and outside. Dugomita, a couple of triples to his name, leading the way for the Saints. Looking at the rebounds, a close contest overall that's being won by the Nuggets here at the moment. In the assist game, Caslow Evans Jr. leading the competition in assists in the Rapid League. No surprise to see him with 3. Josh Aitchison with a couple. No blocks yet in this bad boy, but a few steals. Robbie Coleman with 3 of them, including that one right before the half that nearly turned into a highlight you were going to see on your social media channels all weekend long.
All of the stats, of course, with thanks to our official stats partner, Chemist Warehouse. Speaking of highlights, so far from round 14, what about the Rams last night against the Airs in the Sal's NBL? Quite extraordinary.
Playing very good basketball right now, and we're able to just jump out of the box and aggressively attack that Taranaki Airs squad, who I thought was going to come up with a better performance. Just a 3-point difference in that team, that team's matchup between the two earlier in the season down in Canterbury. And
well, we both learnt this morning, flying down to Wellington, that we actually both tipped the Airs to win last night. That's how confident we thought about a good performance.
A good performance, you know, with the home crowd. I always know that the home fans get behind there. But I think, underestimated the Rams and the level to which they are playing right now. 14th win on the trot, playing some excellent basketball, not relying on any one player, not really relying on any 4, really. They have so much depth, and so many guys throughout the year have stepped up in a myriad of ways.
What about Kai Isaac last night?
I just love his game. You know, he looks like a guy to me that's going to be playing in the The Australian NBL, I think at a decent level, not just as a developmental guy or making up numbers very soon.
Yeah, we're big fans. Lovell. Not sure if that was a Brewster pass.
That was definitely a pass. Deion Brewster lined it up. He looked right at Lovell when he passed it. I think Lovell was a little bit surprised to see that come his way, though.
All right, love it. Back to 2 to start this third quarter. Smiler searching. Keslow Evans Jr. with a sneaky tap from behind.
Well, I thought he actually did get it off Smiler after he tipped it back. And, you know, the Nuggets, you could see they do a lot of fundamentals about getting that guy in jail when he comes out behind you, keep him there. But it's not so easy when you get a guy like Keslow Evans Jr. trying to swipe that ball from you.
Let's see if the Nuggets can respond. They've led for the whole game so far. Ahi has done some nice things on the turnaround there. Gets the soft touch and the drop.
Oh, the soft rims here in Wellington. Lord, love them. Love to see a little shot like that. Excellent awareness by Ahi, knowing exactly how much time he had to get that shot off.
Saints now through hands. Dougal Meter from the wing gets around Rusk on the drive. Flick back somehow finds its way to Evans Jr. for 3. Too deep on the shot. Thada Piessa getting up high, the point guard. And they go again, the Saints. Evans Jr. fancy, can't finish.
Well, he searched out that contact from Coleman, got a little bit of it, but not enough to invite that whistle. As Lovell just plays a little trailer and works out in the Saints' favor.
And somehow it ends up with Dougal Meter. Gets it back on the wing for 3. That's his 3rd.
Well, everything but the finish on that possession wasn't super pretty, but that stroke is beautiful right now. Dougal Meter, 3rd triple of the day for him, shooting the ball very well from behind the arc, and just a 1-point deficit for the Saints.
Yeah, 3 of 4 he is. He looks in nice touch. You'd think it would come in handy in the Sal's NBL this afternoon. Here he is playing some defense now. Pressure. He just throws it up. Nearly put it down. Rebound, though. Piper, Lovell with the block. And the Saints are going to come up with it after all of that.
Piper, good hustle. I think he just misjudged who he was going up against there. Lovell's been a fantastic rim protector here in the Rapid League since he's joined the Saints squad. And his length and athleticism certainly deterred that shot, giving the Nuggets a little bit more to play here on this defensive possession to try and keep the lead. Saints haven't led yet. Dougal Meter is on fire. Feeling it. Find that man, because he is on fire. You don't need no water buckets here in Wellington. Put him out. Just let him shoot till it cools down. 4th triple for him. And for the first time, the Saints take the lead in this afternoon's Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Aitchison gives it up to the wing. Gets it back. Tough shot. Off balance. Foul. Piper coming in from the side. Yeah, I think Aitchison thought he had a little bit less time to get that shot off after the bobbled play there. So he forced up that shot a little bit too quickly. Good attempt on the offensive glass by Piper, but really coming in with a little bit of disregard for the opposition. So takes a whistle. Minute left to play for the Saints here. Nuggets put away 16 in the first quarter. Only the 8 points since. Now down by 2. Evans Jr. hands it off. Lovell underneath. Great play, Saints. Well, let him eat. Sets him up at the table. Doesn't even need to move his hands to chew the food. Lovely setup by Keslow Evans Jr. And Lovell gets the finish. 4-point lead there. Putting it on defensively now as well. Aitchison for 3. And the gang rebounding going well for the Saints, and this transition opportunity is what they love best. Prewster wants it, Prewster gets, Prewster drains it. They are finding some range from deep, and now they are 7th made 3-point shot of the ball game. Have put together some form. That is 7 from 11 from behind the arc. Handy, isn't it? Open 24/7 with shot stats like that. Do you reckon the Saints do anything else at training other than shoot 3-pointers? Yes, they work on passing to the 3-point shooter. Well, you know, modern basketball in some ways is simply the equation that you're trying to get to. And math is math. If you take more threes, you make more threes than your opposition, there's a very good chance you're going to be able to get that win. Doesn't always work out, especially when the shot's not falling. But when it does, it can be very tough to compete with. They do have some hot shooters
in their lineup. Rusk.
Speaking of,
look out, Michael Rusk from the corner, from the wing in fact, stepping up and hitting the three and then committing a foul right on the buzzer.
Well, I don't think that's going to be a shooting foul, so there should be about 1 second left on the sideline.
Yeah, spot on.
So the official Sherlyn Martin says there is 1 second left, so they're going to reset it to that.
Rusk brings the Nuggets back to within 4.
Let's see what there we see that foul. Not a great foul by Russ given time. The Saints are trying to run the play already, but it was handed to him by the wrong official. Deion Brewster said, "You give it to me, I'm going to run it. You don't tell me not to run it." But the official next to you needs to hand the ball.
I like that from Deion.
He said, "Hey, if you're going to give it to me, here we go. Let's see it."
So we're going to get a second on the clock. That's what we're waiting for. That's why the officials have taken the Molten back. And the Saints will try and get something late here.
It's not going to come on the clock. It's going to be a manual count here.
Got to be quick on the shot. Dougal Meter got it off in time and just away to the left. He has been a hot shooter here this afternoon in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. 4 triples for Rangimaria Dougal Meter, and the Saints now lead by 4.
Yeah, 4 for 6 now from behind the arc. Before that miss, he was 4 for 5, shooting 80% from deep. What a day for him. This is the type of performance I think he's capable every time out. Glad to see that he's able to overcome some tough shooting earlier in the year and has got his eye back in.
All of the stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Of course, first season in the NZNBL for this Rapid League innovation. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, there's that hot shooting early in this one. It's come out down to earth just a little bit. Now the Saints are shooting 55%. The Otago Nuggets also 55%. The Saints a couple less shots. They are hot from deep though. 7 for 11 overall from behind the arc, and compared to the Nuggets 3 for 8. That 4 3-point discrepancy is making up for what they have been able to do on the glass with the assist game. 8 assists for the Saints compared to 5 to the Nuggets. But with 4 minutes left in this ball game, the Saints are going from strength to strength. Their highest scoring quarter of the game came that third, 13 points, holding the Nuggets to just 5 points in that 4-minute term.
Hiram Harris back in action this afternoon for the Mills Albert Wellington Saints. Timely return coming back from second knee injury of the season. He's been out a couple of times, hopefully fully fit and healthy, ready to go.
I feel like call that 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
You know, Hiram's the type of guy who's trying to come back as soon as he possibly can. Unfortunately for him, the stability wasn't quite there where it needed to be. Glad to see this time around he's taking a little easier and has a bit more of the handcuffs put on him.
And it must be said, Casey, that heading towards the final 6, the Saints will make it. Aitchison scores the opening points of the last quarter here. What an in for the Saints, Hiram Harris.
I mean, possibly the most important player in the league. Yep. He was playing at an MVP level. He's one of my favorite players in the league last year. What he adds to the team doesn't come up statistically as we can Tarapaese with another triple for the Saints. So many of the things that Hiram Harris does aren't measured statistically. The Saints could look like the same team, but the effect is vastly different without him out there.
24 of the Saints' 34 has come from beyond the arc. Piesa coming up with the handy block.
But it's also the way they're shooting the ball. I mean, 8 for 13 overall. They are just not missing. Shooting over 60% now from behind the arc. That is just fantastic efficiency on what's supposed to be a difficult shot.
Nuggets need to find a way to respond now. Piper gets Dougal Meter off the floor, up against Lovell. Coman to go back, won't count. I think there was a foul called in there.
Yeah, before the shot goes up. So he was tangled up on the rebound. Despite his ability to go back up with it quickly, the whistle was already blown. Second personal foul on Lovell. And that will give the Nuggets a chance to inbound from the baseline.
You mentioned the Saints. Here's Aitchison with the deep 2. You mentioned the Saints with 8 3-pointers so far in this game. They average 5 a game in the Sky Broadband Rapid League, and that is #1 in the competition. So they're up on their own top spot of 5 at the moment.
And the thing that makes him dangerous, they can do it from the interior as well. Nice attack. Caslow Evans Jr. for the 2 there. Now, bigger lead ensues, 5 points.
He's up
to the visitors, or home team, sorry.
He's up to 6 in the game, by the way.
Aitchison with a couple of nice looks there, unable to get that one to drop. He is playing very well from that mid-range, but couldn't find point number 8.
Evans Jr. disappointed with himself.
Oh, beautiful pass.
Coleman to respond. Hand over the back. Lovell has to go again. Look at Coleman battling for it in the end. A whistle there, maybe against Prooster.
Love the hustle by Robbie Coleman there by himself. Ball's going to be on the baseline. Didn't get that one shooting. Misses the first, sticks with it. Doesn't have it quite cleanly. Good hand. Not sure exactly where that foul had. Probably Dougal Mita on that one. Enough contact. The whistle got blown somewhere.
Yeah, Dougal Mita was pinged for it in the end. Deep 2 there, Matt Piper.
Piper looking confident coming off that all ball. Nice bit of space created by Coleman to give him the opportunity for the finish.
Back to 3. Dash to the line coming up. Buzzer's gone here. That's not right.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, that is incorrect. The coin officials will come together and fix that.
They're going to have to chat about that. That was about, I'd say, 7 or 8 seconds.
Yeah,
they're going to go up to 10. So they're going to give them 10 seconds left. Unfortunate miss for the Saints there. Looks like they had something cooking in the possession game.
Good call here by the coin officials as well. Right onto it. So as you mentioned, the Saints will get 10 seconds on the shot clock. They'll go again. Working it through hands. Dougal Mita with a lot of space here. Evans Jr. goes it himself, and why not?
Feeling good. Can pass the ball, can shoot the ball. Up to 9 points now to go with 6 assists and 2 rebounds.
Thought he may have passed it back to Dougal Mita, but he went it alone and came up with the goods. Look at Coleman just battling for it, isn't he?
That's a huge stop for the Saints now. A 6-point lead. The shot clock on their side. Would like to see a nice long possession here for the Saints.
Only got Robbie Coleman down for 2 rebounds. I feel like he's taken about 8.
No, they're not giving him those Dennis Rodman tip to yourselves here.
Prooster with the miss. Evans Jr. gets it back.
Just a grinder. He has a nose for the basketball. Really finds a way to get his hands on that ball more often than he should.
Inside the last minute. Oh, there's triple number 10 for the Saints. Tyson Thada-Paese.
He's now into double figures with 11 points on 3 for 5 shooting. The efficiency from this Saints squad today has just built from minute to minute. And they're playing at peak efficiency here in the 4th.
They're 10 of 15 from deep. Good basket, Joe Ahi.
And a little bit more aggressiveness on that possession. A little bit more fervor and speed in their execution. You see the way Joe Ahi comes off that handoff and really attacks the rim on that downhill momentum, making it tough for the defender to stick with. A well-needed bucket. Unfortunately, can't get the 3-point play, but Coleman in there trying to get the jump ball, doesn't get the benefit of the doubt.
I got a bit carried away. I said 10 of 15, 10 of 16. I apologize.
As you should. That is an unforgivable mistake. I cannot believe you admitted to it on air.
7 points. What do you mean? I always own up to my errors, don't I?
Well, maybe just the Taylor Swift ones.
Evans Jr. with the little floater in the end.
Well, he is putting it together up there onto 13 points now.
Saints have been great, haven't they?
Bank shot.
Yep. Robbie Coleman.
That's going to cut it to 6 points. Player timeout for the Saints. They will advance it. 44-38 the score. Looking for one more bucket, but the most important thing they need to do is not turn the ball over. Want to keep this score sheet at where it is right now, if not pick it up just a little bit more. But the last thing you want is a turnover and a chance for that deficit to cut down, because this same squad is in a fight for position in the Sal's NBL. They have an excellent chance now at a home play-in game, but they got to keep the winning up to ensure that opportunity.
Every point counts, as you said. Points crossing over into the Sal's NBL. They were down by as much as 8 in this game. Dougal Mita, somehow he had no idea where the ball was, bounced off his head into possession, and now they call a player timeout.
Well, that's good D. As my dad would make the joke, that's using your head. Well done. But your concentration should be on the shooter. You don't need to worry about that basketball if you've got the shooter covered, as he proves it there. The pass just a little bit delayed, meaning it goes off the back of Ahi. Possession kept and a chance to get that deficit back in their favor here for the Nuggets.
Saints have won this second half 26-16 to set up this win. Nuggets looking for some late points. Coleman inside, Piper. Too much on it in the end, and that'll do us this afternoon in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Excellent work by the Wellington Saints. Down by as much as 8 early, they get up and win it by 6. Just running the 5 players in the contest this afternoon, with Hiram Harris and Malik Ben-Levy both to come off the bench in the NZNBL, but not stepping out on the floor in this one. Kamani Lawrence warming up, ready to go, as we have a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats.
3 double-figure scores for the Saints. Only Caslow Evans Jr. missed more than 2 shots out of that trio. Joe Ahi leading the way for the Nuggets with 10 points, well supported by Robbie Coleman. In the rebound stats overall, it was pretty even Steven, 12 rebounds to 11 in favor of the Saints. Dougal Mita, Caslow Evans leading the way there. Look at the assist game from Caslow Evans Jr. doing it all, not just double-figure scoring, but 6 assists. That's why he leads the competition in that respect. Josh Aitchison with 3 for the Nuggets leading the way. 3 blocks all on the Saints side, 2 by the big man Corey Lovell, who's made such a difference on the interior. Onto the steals, Lovell 3 of those as well, doing his thing defensively. Robbie Coleman leading the way for the Nuggets. Looked like he had 1 steal rejected at halftime.
And a quick preview, Casey, as we head into this afternoon's NZNBL contest between the Saints and the Nuggets. The Saints coming off a big loss against the Rams last week. The Nuggets in an upset loss to the Phi. The Nuggets, their season is still alive. They must win everything from here and rely on some other results. The Saints, of course, as you mentioned earlier, are playing for a play-in final, and they could actually go a little bit higher. We'll wait and see what happens. Quick preview.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. These are actually 2 of the fastest teams in the competition, so this one's going to get up and down. But to me, it's all about that 3-point shot. The Nuggets 9th in 3-point rate, the Saints 1st. If the Nuggets can't find a way to close that gap, either by slowing down the Saints' opportunities or getting some more up themselves, that could lead to a big score differential.
So that's what's coming up this afternoon on Sky Sport, back here, local time, 4 p.m. in the capital. The Saints and the Nuggets, of course, it is a big Saturday double. Hiram Harris to make his return this afternoon. And later on tonight, the Bulls and the Tuatara. Coming up after the break, some of the best highlights so far in season 2024. And then we're back here at TSB Bank Arena for the Saints and the Nuggets.
gentlemen, for coming down and joining us on your long weekend for this early game on a Saturday night between our Melville Saints and the Otago Nuggets. It's round 14 of the NZNBL. Short turnaround for the lads this week. We've got a big game coming up on Wednesday as well. Hope you can all join us for that one. But first we take on the Nuggets tip-off at just after 4 p.m. Big shout out to game night sponsor Deliver Easy. Looking forward to the halftime challenge brought to you by Deliver Easy. One of the best ones I've seen. Wish I could be a part of it, but that's coming up at halftime. Of course, as always, big shout out to all our sponsors here at the Wellington Saints. Our naming sponsor, Mills Elder, Pick and Save, Lollaput, Pick and Save Kilburnie, Rutherford Bonds Toyota, Clarity Insurance, Barnacar, Bullpop Suites, and Sal Spencer. Go Medium, Ibis Hotels, Club Active, ZM, Deliver Easy, who is the game night sponsor, Wilson Parking, Wellington City Council, Panhead, Linkville Station, Food MP, Mother Earth, Ocular, One New Zealand, Float Well, Hire Master, Blentings, NW Group, and Fix It Fitzy. Thank you to all our sponsors here. And the Saints, we can do what we do without you. Screen for this week's Rutherford Toyota shootout video. Seats, family. Here's one more introduction that needs to be done. Number 81 on his shirt, but number 1 in our hearts, McGillen!
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Back to the moon. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. And I don't care what you think you got.
Kia ora, nau mai, hara mai, hello and welcome to Whanganui e Tara, the home of the Wellington Saints, 12-time champions, of course. This afternoon, round 14 in the Cells NBL, a super Saturday special coming your way. The Saints to take on the Nuggets. Hope you're well wherever you're watching right around the world. Great to have you with us. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank in the house for this one. The Nuggets, Casey, still with a chance. You're telling me there's a chance? There's a chance. They've got to win everything, and they've got to hope that others can fall by the wayside. For the Saints, this also a big game. They've lost 3 of their last 4 at home, but importantly for them, if they can keep winning, top 2 not out of the question, but more importantly, top 4 and a home final.
Well, this is the time of year when everybody becomes a mathematician.
Yes.
And suddenly the maths get a little bit more important. As you mentioned, the Nuggets not quite out of it yet, but mathematically speaking, they have to do some work. That means big wins and a little help coming their way. For the Saints, speaking about that home court advantage, it is about how much they can beat the teams they can beat by, so they can create some space and the percentages between themselves and some of the competition.
Big news for the Saints this afternoon is this man right here. Hiram Harris is back. He will be on restricted minutes, but importantly, returning from injury and at the right end of the season. This is a massive in for the Wellington Saints.
I tell you what, I don't know how the body was working without the heartbeat, because that man is so important to this squad. What he provides for them doesn't always show up on the statistical sheets. Sometimes it does, sometimes 20 points, 12 rebounds, stuff like that, but it's all the other stuff, the intimidation factor defensively, the hustle, the grit, the grind. That is what's so important for the Saints to bring him back into the fold now.
Mixandpick.com poll, there it is. The Saints at the moment, 87% going with the Saints to win this afternoon. Cast your vote now. Some Cells pizzas up for grabs.
Cells pizzas?
Absolutely. Speaking of Cells, the NBL ladder as it sits at the moment. Game to come tonight, the Bulls and the Tuatara. That'll be a huge one. 2 tomorrow as well. Look at the Rams, absolutely flying. They have won 14 straight.
Playing very good basketball at the time. They're just dominating inside and outside. And we take a look at the teams today. You see the Nuggets just on the precipice outside of that, and the Saints trying to facilitate themselves a little bit higher into that top 4.
Battle of the 09, Bulls and the Tuatara coming up. Bulls, of course, need to keep winning to stay in with a chance to host a home final. Tuatara, same for them, looking to host a home semi if they can finish a top 2. Jets and the Rams tomorrow. We're headed up for that one. That looks like a tough one for the Jets. Giants and the Sharks. The news is, Casey, if the Giants win tomorrow night, I reckon it's top 6. I reckon it's done.
It's all wrapped up. I'm not sure if there's going to be some mathematical chances, but even if there are, I would say pretty much definitively it'll be tough for anyone to catch. But that is a more difficult matchup than you would expect given the Sharks' record, because they are a much improved team in the recent weeks.
Nuggets on the road. They went down to the Phi by 7 last week. Knox, Bardsley, Darko, Kelly, Lawrence and Andrew. That's how we'll start. There's Kamani Lawrence as we speak.
He's playing a very good basketball. So tough to stop around the cup. And what he means to this team on the interior and as a heartbeat is going to be very important today. And I had the chance to catch up with him earlier today to discuss what the Nuggets' plan is for the game. Well, Kamani, big game for the Otago Nuggets coming up against the Wellington Saints, an N4 squad. But for the Nuggets, coming off a disappointing loss at home, what can they do to get themselves back on track and try and give some hope for the postseason?
Right now, we're just trying to get back to ourselves. You know, we're down a couple players, but we're just trying to rally together and make the most out of these last 3 games. You know, try to give something to fans to be proud of.
Looking at this Wellington Saints squad, the most three-point shooting team in the league, 50% three-point rate. Is that something that you need to slow down to get the victory, or are you worried about the totality of their offensive firepower?
No, the 3 is definitely at the top of our list as far as our scouting report goes. You know, we watched a lot of film against them last game, and that was one of the big things that we was able to take away to help us get back in the game. So, you know, we're keeping that same mentality going into this game, you know, trying to limit the 3-point shots and, you know, just stick to what we do, and hopefully we can come out with a win.
having a wonderful season. Kamani Lawrence averaging 22 points a game. They're going to need all of that, maybe plus a little bit more this afternoon, Case.
It's not going to just be him. If they're going to get up in this game, they have to find some form from outside the arc, and that's not his job. He can draw that defense in and create some space on the perimeter, but some other guys are going to have to knock that down. And Coach Shurey's talking with Coach Ben Peterson about that right now on the bench.
Let's have a look at the Saints and the way they will start today. Henderson Jr., Gold, Smith, Milner and Samuel. The big in, of course, to come off the bench is Hiram Harris, a star of the Sal's NBL. Let's have a chat with him.
Well, Hiram, back again. It's been a long time between drinks. How does the body feel? Are you on a minutes restriction? And what can we expect to see from you today?
Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. This is the first time really ever I've had to kind of sit on the sideline and watch. But it's been good, like trying to just get my legs under me. I think I'm on a minute restriction tonight. But, you know, we'll see how that plays out.
I appreciate that you think and you're not quite 100% sure. Looking at the Saints, trying to lock down positioning in the postseason, what is the goal for the Saints tonight coming out against a Nuggets team that hasn't played great as of late and is a little bit down on talent?
I mean, like, the thing with us is we just have to take it game by game. Like, we can't really worry about what's happening in mid-July or late July. We have to worry about what's happening today in Wellington. And I think the last time we played these guys, they gave us a good one. So we're obviously trying to get our get back, and we know that they're a dangerous team, and they have very high talented imports plus a young core that's been together for a while now. So, I mean, we have to stay on our toes and be ready for whatever they throw at us.
I cannot emphasise enough, Casey, how big this inclusion is for the Saints at this end of the season. There were some doubts that we would see him again in season 2024, but how good is it to have Hiram Harris back? He will be on a minutes restriction, though, this afternoon, as you would expect.
Completely changes the outlook of this team and what they can do on both ends of the floor. But he's not going to be the end-all, be-all. It's going to be a collective effort as we see the current form between these two teams. The Nuggets have dropped 3 straight, and they've only actually won 2 of their last 10 games, and those are those 2 wins you see right there. The Saints a little bit up and down of late, but they'll be looking to reclaim some form on their home court where it's been struggling. You see the points per game. How are the Nuggets going to keep pace with this Saints team? It's going to have to be by slowing them down from beyond the arc. You see the key clash there. It's going to be physical down low. Donnie Samuel and Kamani Lawrence will be a lot of extracurricular activity in that one.
Coin officials for this one, Ryan Jones, Sharon Martin and Amy Jo Clark. They have the whistles. Interesting tale of the tape here. The Nuggets have lost their last 3. They are still a chance to make the final 6, as we mentioned. Got to get home today. The Saints have lost 5 of their last 10. I know that sounds stretching it a bit, but it's still 50% of your games in the last 10. They've lost 3 of their last 4 at home, and that is a really key stat in this one. They will start favourites today. They do need to find some form.
Especially when you consider they have 6 losses on the season. They're not playing their best basketball right now. It's been up and down. So as valuable as a win is today, I do think they have to find a way to play with better efficiency and start playing that finals type of basketball that's going to try and deliver them a championship. Because if they start doing that in 2 weeks' time, it's going to be too late.
I think the Nuggets come into this one knowing that they can take a free swing. They need a lot to go right for them in order to make the final 6.
And speaking to Coach Brett Matahari before the game, that's all he wants from his players. He wants them to play freely. He wants confidence in shots. He wants everything to go out and get moving.
So let's see how the Nuggets go. Can they handle the Saints? According to you at home, you think not. 85% going with the Saints to win this one this afternoon.
And I'm leaning 15 plus. I think the Saints can get out here and find some pace. Although this is a fast team. This Nuggets team is basically tied on them in pace. These two are 2 of the more speedy inclined teams in the competition, but it's going to be that 3-point shot. When you talk about the Saints, that's all you talk about is 3. They're 50% in terms of 3-point rate. First in the competition, the Nuggets, 34%. That's 9th in 3-point rate. They have to bridge that gap to win this game.
4th playing 8th on the ladder. Te Whanganui Atara, the home of the Saints. We're underway, and it will be the Wellington Saints to get first possession this afternoon. Ben Ayre looking to get busy right off the bat. Henderson Jr. has settled in. Ayre covered by Bardsley. Shot clock at 8. Pulls it out, sets it up for Tohi Smith-Milner.
Well, he was waiting for that the entirety of the possession. In the first ball screen, he had the mismatch. The Saints didn't really work it for him, but he just bided his time until Air found him for the finish.
Jack Andrew up and off the glass. The Nuggets respond.
Well, the Nuggets have been a more effective team since they've looked at Jack Andrew more in that pick and roll action. He delivers the finish there. Let's say he called it off the glass.
Two apiece. Darcy Knox, good hand in front of Darnay Samuel. Henderson Jr. gets it back, gives it to Darnay for another two.
Wow, tough luck for Darcy Knox. He worked so well to force that possession change, but couldn't corral it. Henderson in the right place to set up the finish.
First shot for Kamani Lawrence.
He could just score in so many ways within 7 feet of the basket. Guys know he wants to drive, and they cannot keep him from doing it. A testament to his ability in that area.
In the baby blue this afternoon.
It is smooth, that baby blue.
The night and day Otago Nuggets. Ben Air fires that one, rattles around. Sam Gold had an opportunity as well.
Just forced it a little quicker than you want it to be.
Oh, Z Darko Kelly with a little bit of space.
Well, beautifully created by Jack Andrew. He had the Gortat screen down there. Just sat there, took out two defenders, made it an easy finish for Darko Kelly.
He's been in some form too lately, Darko Kelly, averaging 18 points a game in his last 5. Darnay Samuel.
I like that post matchup for Darnay Samuel. Bardsley, he's a willing defender, but he just does not have the bone marrow to keep Samuel from going where he wants to go down low.
Some news for Nuggets fans. We believe Ben Henschel flies back into New Zealand tomorrow. Kamani Lawrence draws the foul. He's off to the Chemist Warehouse. 4 points in the game already for the star shooter.
Well delivered by Darko Kelly there, finding the open Kamani Lawrence underneath. How you leave that guy open underneath? Everybody's worried about the jump shot. Catches it, foul there by Gold on the weak side. And an early timeout for Coach Zico Cornell because he does not like the free-flowingness with which this Otago Nuggets team is playing offensively right now. He wants a little bit more defensive fortitude out there for his Saints squad.
Yeah, Nuggets with 8 points in the opening 2 minutes of this one. And let's not forget when these two teams met earlier this season, the Nuggets got home over the Saints 105-98. Now, there's a lot of water that's gone under the bridge since then. And, of course, no Ben Henschel, no Ty Webster today for the Nuggets. No Dante Russo-Nance either. Saints without Isaiah Liafa.
That was, I believe, the first three-point explosion of Tohi Smith-Milner's season. That's one of those games he dropped 7 or 8 three-pointers in the first half, but it slowed down in the second. As has happened to the Saints a few times. They get off to these huge shooting starts. Seems like everything is going well, and they are unable to maintain that level of efficiency. So this is what they want to do, complete a full 40-minute game here against this Nuggets team today. And right now, the defense is letting them down in the first couple minutes of the ballgame.
Yeah, Tohi Smith-Milner had 30 points for the Saints in that matchup against the Nuggets earlier this season. Hiram Harris, by the way, in that game, 16 points, 17 rebounds, 7 assists.
Well, can you get a triple-double? Just get another 3.
Just doing normal Hiram Harris things. Earlier today, Sky Broadband Rapid League. High-scoring game. The Saints got home by 6 over the Nuggets, 44-38.
That's nice, but I'm happy to see Kamani Lawrence in a free throw. It looked a little bit more smooth. It didn't seem so hitchy. Great to see the work that's been done with the coaching staff down here and the confidence being reinstilled into that free throw form.
Yeah, you take that. He goes 43% from the Chemist Warehouse this season. Look away past Kamani Lawrence into Darko Kelly. Getting up big. Bardsley copped a bit of a knock there on the rebound.
Yeah, I think that was more in the landing. I like the no call.
Yeah. On the way through. And the Saints get possession here. Not sure who that came off. Jack Andrew was ready to run back the other way.
Yeah, it looked like it might got locked off the leg from our angle, but we had the opposite angle, so not clean view by any means.
Here's Air. Inside pass, errant looking for Samuel, picked off by Lawrence.
Well, Lawrence's body was already in the way. Just a little lackadaisical of the Saints in their execution.
Pass. A little bit too high for the outstretched hand of Darko Kelly.
Well, that needed to be a little pocket pass, a little bounce pass to get the finish. Very well-timed cut by Darko Kelly, but caught Kamani Lawrence in between moves there. He's got stood up on the drive.
Early stages this afternoon in the NZNBL, round 14. Nuggets lead early. Look out. Ben Air in the corner. Yes.
Tough to defend this Saints team with a zone. So many shooters. And you get the ball to Tohi Smith-Milner at the elbow. You have to guard him as well. That really stretches you out. Makes it tough to get to the corner.
Lawrence taking contact and putting it in. Oh, Kamani.
He's just got such a knack for getting the ball in the hoop, and everyone knows he's going to drive. I can't make that point enough that the defenders know what he's going to do. You know he's coming at you, but that just because you know something's happening doesn't mean you can stop it. You know the train's coming. That doesn't mean you should be on the tracks when it comes through. Kamani Lawrence is aggressive right now. When he takes it personally, he is as good a scorer in the low block as there is in this competition.
And he's up to 7 points early. The cheers you heard moments ago, Hiram Harris steps onto the floor for the first time in a long time, and here he is, the number 13 for the Saints.
Lawrence, 2 for 2 from the stripe.
Like it. As I said, 43% on the season, 100% here this afternoon. He's got 8. Samuel all over him at the moment. Keeps it. Goes back on the reverse. Just flicked it up off his right hand. Couldn't put it away.
Looks like he's looking for that contact for Bardsley as Z Darko Kelly lets it fly and drops it from straight on in transition. And the Nuggets out to the early start, feeling good about themselves. The question once again for this team, not a lot of depth. Can they keep this pace up for 40 minutes against the Saints?
Well, we did hear a little bit of a whisper before the game that they were just going to play open, free-flowing basketball here today. Harris with the rebound out to Henderson Jr.
Well, Terry Henderson Jr. is a fantastic shooter. This guy has his eye in it. It's a pure stroke. You cannot give him space because he will take advantage.
He's averaging 2.5 triples a game. Late season recruit for the Saints. No Lat Mayen anymore, of course. Lawrence with a rare miss early. Here's Harris, one way then the other. Hiram inside, outside. Ben Air for 3. Saints back-to-back triples.
Ben Air is going to get caught up in a foul there. I'm surprised he didn't get whistled for that one because he was extremely active with the hands. And one thing I've noticed is Ben Air is already in a chat with all the officials.
I'm shocked.
Just go ahead and concentrate on something else because that is a battle you have not won this season. There he's complaining about something that has nothing to do with it. He gets in there, should have got called for the foul before that. One of his teammates does eventually. This Saints team needs to focus on what they can control and let everything else go to the wayside. And here is the warning to Coach to Ben Air on the baseline. Official Ryan Jones has had enough.
We're only 4.5 minutes in. It is the one blemish that the Saints need to clean up in their game for me. Lawrence skipping, just got tangled up, didn't he?
Well, he's looking for that contact, and Hiram Harris really pulled the chair out well to make that a more difficult shot than it needed to be.
Henderson Jr.
You cannot give that man space. Do not go under those screens. You stay next to that hip like you are a baby on his hip because if he gets that open look, it's drained.
Came in shooting the 3 ball at 50% this season. He's at 100% so far this afternoon. Saints by 3. Here he is again. Sends it down low. Ben Levy doubled. Air with the fake. Sends it back out to Malik Ben Levy in the corner pocket.
Well, they are getting these three-point shots up with regularity and really bending this Nuggets defense a bit more than you'd like to see it if you're Coach Brett Matahade.
Darcy Knox receives.
I like the commitment to the three-point shot for the Nuggets early. They're doing a better job of looking for those shots to stay tight with this Saints squad.
Oh, Air on the drive, handed it off to Gold. Couldn't handle it. Now there's a foul here at mid-court. And I reckon this might be against Ben Air, is it?
He's the only one around.
Well, they're going to have a chat here. Ben Air's pleading his innocence to 1. And the end, I think it's going to be Hiram Harris.
Had a chat about it. When I was looking at the end and the court didn't see what happened. Harris gives him the thumbs up. I'll say not sarcastically.
First foul this afternoon for Hiram. Saints were down by 6 not too long ago. Now lead by 3. Let's see how the Nuggets respond. Darko Kelly, corner. Aitchison into the action. Oh, puts it down. Josh Aitchison.
Steps in. You got to account for him in the corner. First touch, tray ball, corner pocket, ties it up. Aitchison bringing that rapid league form over to the South NBL.
Yeah, he's been in some real form second half of the season. Ben Air somehow got a shot away amongst baby blue singlets. Darko Kelly, corner. Aitchison. No. 1 of 2. Knox. Coleman, the big fella. Off to the right, rebound Harris. Here they come.
Henderson Jr., the one-man fast break, thinks the better of it. Harris now coming down, see his first touch in the low post.
Gets it and sends it out to Dougal Meter, who hit, what, 4 threes in the Sky Broadband Rapid League earlier this afternoon.
Nothing but triples for his 12 points.
Air turns the corner, back to his right, draws contact. Darko Kelly will go into the book with a foul. Ben Air will head off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Just good, patient offense. Didn't force anything, kept working it around, coming to it. Ben Air gets the whistle, still having a chat about things. Nice use of change of direction there. He gets it in, he gets the over. I mean, not a lot of contact in that one, but enough for him to get the whistle.
Is there a player who talks more in the Cells NBL this season? I don't think so. He's got to be top of the list.
Talks more to who?
Oh, everyone. Just everyone.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think I think Ben Air suffers from one of the things I suffer from, and that's when he's talking, you can tell. I think there's some silent killers out there that are getting away with it a little bit more, but he is a noticeable yapper. So when he's having those conversations, you can tell from every corner of the stadium.
You ever heard of the saying white line fever?
Yeah, I have.
He's right there.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
nothing wrong with that, baby.
I like it. 2 in it. Air converts from the Chemist Warehouse. Smiler into the action. Here's Lawrence. He's had a hot start here this afternoon. Can he add another 2 off the glass? You bet he can. He's up to 10.
At the basis level, basketball is about getting to your spot, and nobody can keep Kamani Lawrence from getting his spot consistently.
Dougal Meter, Henderson up and under.
Nice challenge by Lawrence. I like the attempt by Henderson Jr., but he couldn't get it to drop.
Lawrence doubled here. Jack Andrew, Aitchison. They hand it back to Mr. Reliable. Little bounce pass. What can Big Jack do? He can draw a foul.
Man, that is a difficult angle to deliver that one, going around defenders to get it in the breadbasket. That possession just died down a little bit when Andrew let the ball stick in his hands before kicking it to Aitchison, who had an open look, but it was able to recover because that beautiful angle created by Kamani Lawrence. And Tony Smith-Milner just has a hand on Jack Andrew as he's shooting that. Not a lot of contact, but enough to deter that shot and force a whistle, but a free throw miss for Jack Andrew. Not surprising for this Nugget squad. They are the worst in the competition at converting from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
And Jack Andrew is a big part of that, 43% from the stripe. He split those two, 1 and 1. Been a really interesting season for the Nuggets. Started with a 3 straight win run, and then have lost 11 of their last 14. Ben Levy onto the score sheet.
It looks like the Nuggets are trying to get out on a 1-1-3, really extending to those corners, maybe getting a trap as well, but that does open up some space in the interior. Malik Ben-Levy that time takes advantage on the cash, the patient finish to take the lead.
Great crowd in attendance here today. Lawrence somehow manufactured a shot out of that.
Bit of contact goes unwhistled.
Ben Levy fumbled the dribble. Now let's see what Air can do. Sends it out to Smith-Milner.
Softest rims in the league. It just bounces around and finds its home. Tony Smith-Milner with the roll there.
Dougal Meter reaching in. What a season Torrey Smith-Milner has had.
And I thought, based on his form, pretty unlucky not to get a call up to that Tall Blacks camp, especially the way he's shooting the basketball. Such an important skill for international bigs. And then we see that soft touch just find its home in the net. Trying to figure out who the free throw shooter is. Darko Kelly, he's going to take it.
He's on career highs, Torrey Smith-Milner, in the Cells NBL this season. That's how good he's going.
So it's going to be Caleb Smiler, the shooter. Darcy Knox has to return to the bench. But Torrey Smith-Milner, I mean, always the ability he has. What I've really noticed more than anything is he's really slowed the game down. He never seems in a rush anymore. He's really comfortable in the player that he is, what his skill set. I wouldn't mind seeing him down in a low block a little bit more, but when you shoot the ball like that,
yeah, very good.
I understand why you wouldn't get a little bit closer than you need to.
I don't think he rushes anything in life, to be honest. Just a really cool customer, isn't he? Here he is working with Ben Eyre. Can he make it 2 from 2? Well, right on cue. Smith Milner, we're talking about you.
What is quick is that release. That gets off of his hand in a hurry.
Puts the Saints up by 6 as well. Nuggets stripped away from Jack Andrew.
A tough little pocket pass. Not a lot of space created between the two. Makes it easier for the defender to recover.
Ben Eyre. Now Darko Kelly up quickly. Oh, Henderson getting across. Lawrence will finish. Bit of a highlight there, though, Henderson Jr.
Don't even know how he got a piece of it, but the stick-to-itiveness by Kamani Lawrence comes in and is able to finish the play. Shot clock, game clock, the same.
Kamani Lawrence keeping the Nuggets in this one. He's got 12. Ben Eyre. Good defense in the end. Aitchison going to be a late shot here for the Nuggets. Darko Kelly.
Well, I like what's brewing in Wellington today on the wharf. It might be a little bit of upset fever. Don't mind that score. It's actually 28-20-27. Saints in favor by 1.
1 in it. We'll have a look at that when we come back on the other side of the break. We're in a contest.
From Sal's Pizza. They're great team there. RJ, the stick back. Torren gets another one. The boys. Keep it going. Keep it going, RJ. Keep it going, RJ. Cheer them on, Wellington. It's not easy coming out here. Let's go, RJ. Let's go, buddy. Another one for RJ. Another one for Torren. Keep it up, kid. Keep it up. I love the confidence. There you go, RJ. There you go, buddy. That's you. That's you. Torren. You got the 5. Keep it going. Keep shooting for RJ. Yes, RJ. Torren. Torren is good. Give it up for RJ. Down to Sell Pictures and check out their Sell Video Still and hot pepperoni hot cheese and 4 garlic nuts for $4. 7-year-old with much sugar to more help. Sell Pizza, we appreciate it.
Nomai Hockemai, welcome back to TSB Bank Arena this afternoon. Round 14 of the NZNBL. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. In quarter time, Casey, just before the buzzer, Darko Kelly put down a big 3-pointer, and with that, there it is.
Fantastic way to finish the quarter. Darko Kelly lining it up, knows exactly how much time was left. I gotta say, I did not have a lot of confidence in that one dropping, but he made it look easy. Look at the hustle there from Castle Evans Jr. checking in to start the quarter and making things difficult for Darcy Knox to bring that ball up the court.
What did you make of the opening quarter?
I like the pace with which the Nuggets were playing. What I was really impressed by was their commitment to the 3-point shot. As mentioned, this is one of the next to worst team in the league in terms of frequency from that range. But today, they've got just 4 less attempts than the Saints. They're keeping that close. I think they need to defend a little bit better, but the pace is good.
Darko Kelly.
One thing I will mention is they had a very similar start to the Tuatara game last round, where they were able to come out firing. Down just 2 after the first quarter, as you see Terry Henderson Jr. with an easy finish. It was the second quarter that did them in. They played that pace in the first. Now can they maintain it while staying close defensively?
Henderson Jr., Eyre, Smith Milner, all with 8 points. Kamani Lawrence draws another foul. He'll head back to the Chemist Warehouse, which has been his friend this afternoon. Here's that pass from Evans Jr. to Henderson Jr.
Just lost it. Just lost the shooter. Yeah, I can understand. He's out of the corner. We don't need to worry about him as much, but you cannot leave an import that far alone. How about the start for Kamani Lawrence? Already 12 points, 5 for 8 from the field, 2 for 2 from the stripe. Hopefully that continues, but he is creating a lot of gravity because of how he is committed to driving and how good he is efficiency-wise in this game. I think the Saints are going to start leaving those shooters on the perimeter a little bit more space moving forward. 3 for 3.
Wow.
Come on, baby. Keep it going. Touch them all. Really nice dude. I like this guy. We've covered him a lot this year. And when you see somebody that's working around with a shot like that.
4-4, by the way. He's having a big say on this game. Nuggets have to win today to keep their season alive. Samuel, size mismatch on Darcy Knox, and he uses it effectively.
Nice job to get the Darcy Knox. There's been a few of those where all the Nuggets are happy to switch. And Darcy Knox is unfortunately on the wrong end of that matchup quite often.
Jack Andrew, just that turnaround, a little baby hook, so effective, isn't it?
And a soft touch. If you can get the touch down low, that makes it a lot easier for him.
Not going away, the Nuggets. Margin at 1. Smith-Milner off balance. Draws a foul. That'll be Darko Kelly's second, I believe.
Yeah, it will be a second. And just a second foul on the Nuggets in total. Both of them on Z Darko Kelly. One in the first quarter, one in this quarter.
Foul count is 7-2. There's Zico Coronel. Have you ever seen him smile, by the way, Zico?
Not while coaching. Definitely not while coaching. Seems like the type of guy that's going to smile at a meme.
Made by who? You?
I don't have any meme-making abilities in mind.
It's been an interesting season for the Saints, hasn't it? We know they're right in the mix. We know once we get to the final 6, they're capable of anything. 12-time champs, season number 40. Of the previous 39 seasons, they've made 20 grand finals.
It's not bad.
Pretty good.
I mean, decent. It's a fantastic program run very professionally, and players want to play here. You know, some teams across the country thinks it's the city. It's not the city. It's the program you put together and the success the guys can get out of it, both personally and as a team.
It is a good city, though.
That, you know, might help a little bit.
Kamani Lawrence with the steal and the finish. Kamani.
Whoop. Kamani Lawrence, he is on one today. 16 points already. And attacking that rim with fervor.
What I like about that is it came from defense as well. Smith-Milner, too big, too strong. We'll go back at it again. Third time, maybe. Yes, it's a charm.
Well, here's the thing. When Tony Smith-Milner's around there and only one guy on your team has 2 fouls, that's Darko Kelly, what you need to do is hammer him. Use these fouls up. Jack Andrew, you're right there. You make sure he does not finish. Stop piddle-paddling around and hoping to contest. He's got the ball. Do not let him get the bucket. Timeout, Coach Brett Matahare. He wants to discuss the way things are going on that end of the court.
He's got 12 in the game now. Torrey Smith-Milner had 30 last time out against the Nuggets earlier this season when they went down by 7 in Dunedin. Bulls and the Tuatara coming your way tonight. Andrew Mulligan, Crystal Ledger Walker with all of that action live on Sky Sport. 6:30 p.m. Sky Broadband Rapid League, 7:30 p.m. the Salves NBL. And there's a fair bit on the line in that one tonight, Case.
There certainly is. Not only the battle of the 09 for the title of Auckland supremacy, but the Bulls still have a chance. They can certainly creep up into that second seed, especially if they can do it by beating the Tuatara, who don't have the easiest run home.
Well, Bulls had a memorable overtime win here against the Saints and then have stepped out, I think, and lost their last 2. They went down earlier this round, of course, to the Phi. The Phi on Thursday night defeated the Bulls 87-84. What a win that was.
Playing very good basketball. No team in this league, I think, does a better job of getting the opposition out of what they want to run better than what the FI do.
I agree.
They are, you know, by scoring margin, part of that is pace. They're one of the better teams in the league in terms of defensive scoring margin. Part of it is pace, but a lot of it is just a commitment to a game plan to make your opponent a little bit uncomfortable.
They have the lowest offense in the league, the FI, but they have the 4th best defense. In fact, the only teams that are better than them defensively are the top 3 teams on the ladder.
Which tells you something about the places they're trying to go. But once again, I think it's more about pace than it is anything else. Those top teams, those teams that are at the top of the ladder play a lot faster, but are still able to defend to that level.
Darko Kelly, explosive off the wing. Just getting back to that FI Bulls game as well. FI winning it on the buzzer with a 3-pointer. How ironic is it that it was Jaden Bazant, former Bull himself?
What's the irony there?
Well, it's just a good story, isn't it? Henderson Jr. deep 2.
Well, it was great to see Jaden Bazant in the hometown get that shot up. You know, confidence in the captain, lined it up, dropped it down.
Big finish, wasn't it? 1-point ball game here, early in the second. Darko Kelly, a triple. Wasn't too far away. Oh, Smith-Milner. This is when you love seeing Tohi go about his business.
I mean, he's barely inside the logo there. Drops it, drains it. Not bad at defense by Jack Andrew, but you're going to have to get a little bit closer than that.
And he let the Nuggets bench know all about it as he came back down the floor. 15 in the game for Smith-Milner.
Ben Air, find him again, because he is hunting that ball.
Air draws contact. Smith-Milner is having some serious words with Brent Matahati at the moment.
I didn't hear what was said, but there is something else going.
Conversation within a conversation as Smith-Milner takes a seat.
That almost looked like sign language. I'm not across the meaning of that one. Other than, you better get these defenders closer to me than they are right now.
We did say Hiram Harris would be on a minutes restriction today, but fantastic to see him back. On his feet in the background there, keeping warm.
Benair misses the free throw on that one.
He's got 8 in the game this afternoon, 4 assists as well.
Averaging just under 20 points per game. Has had a bit more of an offensive load to carry since Isaiah Morioho-Oholiafa has gone away with the Tall Blacks.
Here's Lawrence running straight into Darnay Samuel. Aitchison has already hit one from this spot. That one looks deep. Bardsley spinning back on goal. Jack Andrew flying over the top. Ben Levy.
Jack Andrew mishandles, and that probably helped him get to the line there, because this little spin move delivery by Bardsley allows Ben Levy the time to come back and recover and bite on that little shot fake by Jack Andrew. It's a chance for him to go to the line to cut this closer, but given his free throw percentage, that may be a difficult task.
I know there's a fair chance you'll probably dance a little bit around this question, but this Saints team, Isaiah Liafa still to come back in, and it's a big in. Hiram Harris back today. Do you think they can win it this season?
Well, easily. Any team that can shoot the ball like they can is the type of team that they could be playing the worst basketball in the competition, but all it takes is two or three games in a row to get in there and get that done. When they're lined up as an opposition, you see the way Tohi Smith-Milner is shooting the ball today. Doesn't take long for them to get back into a game. So do they have a chance? Absolutely. Do I think it'll take better form than what they've delivered up to this point? Yes. There is another dead-eye shooter right there. Wow. He might have the smoothest stroke in the league, because that thing, if he's got space, it never looks like missing.
3 triples this afternoon for Terry Henderson Jr. We are talking about the #1 offensive team in the competition as well, going at over 100 points a game. And they are starting to find their form again this afternoon.
Oh, that's a foul on Henderson.
It is. He doesn't know it yet. He doesn't know it. He's about to find out.
Josh Aitchison is had a...
Watch his reaction here. He's just found out.
I think unfortunate for Terry Henderson. I think even Josh Aitchison a little bit surprised that one ended up going his way. I think the contact that Aitchison was complaining about or thought he was hard done by was earlier in that play.
Yep.
I thought that Henderson might have gotten away with the foul there. But later in that one, that just looked like two guys competing and Aitchison caught in the wrong place. Either way, Nuggets ball now.
He looks a good dude, Henderson Jr. And there you go, ball down the line. He comes up with it. Hands it off. Benaire on the reverse for two. Listen to this crowd up and going.
And now this is a bit of a danger period. A 9-point deficit right now for the Nuggets. Harris back in the ball game. They need good quality shots. I would attack with Kamani Lawrence. Let him get to the cup against Harris, who's just kept back in.
Bardsley.
Or
good
maybe
feed from Coman.
Look for the back door instead. Matt Bardsley always moving without the basketball, making himself available. Well versed with Robbie Coman playing together.
First points for the Slippery Eel this afternoon. Benaire. Ben Levy. Look out. Henderson Jr. Back of the iron. 3 triples for him already. There's Bardsley again creating some havoc. Aitchison sends it back out. Bardsley for 3. Oh, look out.
This is a confident team right now. This is exactly what Coach Brett Matahari wanted as the Wellington Saints call a timeout. But they are playing with freedom and just like the weight of the world is off their shoulders. They are unlikely to make the final 6, and maybe that pressure was picking on them because right now they are playing with a team like a team without a care in the world.
So back-to-back baskets for the Nuggets. Margin reduces to 4. The Wellingtonians, the Saints fans getting their groove on this afternoon. 4:32 left to play in the opening half. Even some concerns this afternoon for McGilla. I saw you having a chat with McGilla earlier today.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Well, I was letting him know that
in English?
The new McGilla costume, because there was an old one back in the day. The new one is kind of what my nightmares are fueled on. I am a little bit frightened of that mask.
It's a big head.
It is a big head. That mask is not the friendly McGilla I remember playing when he was up and down the sidelines, but he is doing a fantastic job getting the kids involved and absolutely on that short list of top mascots in the league.
I do appreciate that McGilla's on a pretty good diet as well, because I swear he's lost about 30 kilos since last season.
Well, good job by him. It just shows you that if you stay dedicated, you too, Justin, can do anything you stick your mind to.
You're saying I need to go on a diet? That's what you're saying. You're kidding me, aren't you? You're kidding me.
Do you weigh 3 kilos?
About that.
I'm just talking about the perseverance of the human spirit.
I like it.
And whatever you need to actually qualify for and get around to.
The perseverance is going straight to cells this afternoon after the game.
I would call that a lack thereof, but one that I'm a big fan of.
Hiram Harris back into the action and will go it alone. Nice hand in there from Aitchison. May have won it back. I think Hiram stepped out of the court there, did he?
Apparently, delay of game violation on Hiram Harris there for dropping the basketball.
Here's the G.J. Gardner-Holmes replay. Oh, you can just see what happened there as he came down.
Knocked it out. Little zone action or switching amoeba-like a defensive set here by the Saints.
Darcy Knox getting some cover from Coman.
Long rebounds going the way of the Saints with regularity.
Oh, Smith-Milner on the trail. He's got another one.
Well, nicely delivered there by Benaire. He wanted the foul. If that foul was whistled, that 3-point attempt from Milner doesn't count. 3 triples for Tohi Smith-Milner.
He's in some form, isn't he? Lawrence ran straight into Henderson Jr. Here we go. Just rolls it in off the fingers. Timeout Nuggets. Back-to-back baskets for the Saints.
Unfortunate spacing there for the Nuggets. Matt Bardsley out of that corner, allowing Terry Henderson Jr. to just straight go for the double. Instant turnover, and these turnovers are turning into instant offense. The Saints are taking advantage every time one comes their way. Their transition opportunities are being delivered with ease. And there you see it, 3 men around him. Tough to make that move. Terry Henderson Jr. says, I'll take it from one coast to the other.
I'll tell you what is a little bit scary for other teams headed towards the final 6, and that is that Terry Henderson Jr. is starting to find his place in this Wellington Saints team.
Well, he's in the starting lineup now, and his averages are pretty solid. 15 points, just under 6 rebounds and 2 assists coming in. He really is a floor spacer for them. You cannot leave him alone in a corner. I think what he's able to start getting comfortable with is how he can defend, how he can work within the confines of the New Zealand NBL, and how whistles are blown. Starting to get a better idea of that. Very opportunistic on that weak side. Not just a good on-ball defender, but a guy who's creating those turnovers by being in the passing lanes and attacking ball handlers from the weak side.
Came in to replace Lat Mayan, of course. And he has fitted in very, very nicely. Having a good game here this afternoon as well. Already up to his game average, or thereabouts. Darko Kelly. Lawrence just dropped that left shoulder, didn't he?
Hiram Harris is mouthing makeup call to the bench, to the Otago Nuggets bench. I don't like this call personally. I think Hiram Harris is moving and a little bit of acting put in that one. But when you're aware that Kamani Lawrence is coming down that tracks, Hiram Harris knows that contact's going to come eventually, and he sells it well.
I just think it's the two things on an offensive charge as well. If that arm becomes extended, Smith Milner. Gee, I thought that was down for a moment. Or you just see that the shoulder drop. Even if the contact isn't heavy, visually for the officials, it's usually something that doesn't go in your favour.
You know, it's all about the look. You know, charge is certainly about the look, because you don't get any charges when you don't fall to the ground.
Yep.
When you sell that to the official, when it looks like that activity was coming and you're used to a player playing a certain way, you're going to get that whistle eventually.
Margin at 9. Darko Kelly took some contact there, but stepped out of play.
Well, the Saints have picked up the aggressiveness. They're being a little bit more physical than we saw when the Nuggets were making that run and getting themselves back in this game. They're bringing 2 to the ball anytime they've got the opportunity, and at times 3 if it's Lawrence in the post.
Hiram Harris just subbed out, by the way. Nice block there, Kamani Lawrence. Getting a little bit frustrated, Hiram, that he's coming in for 1 or 2 minutes and then having to sit back down on a minutes restriction on his return today. You can sense that frustration. He's a competitor. He wants to be out there.
Well, you never see a decent shot from Darko Kelly goes wanting, but personally as a player, either I'm in or I'm out.
Yeah, it must be hard.
Like I could never play on a minutes restriction, because if I'm good enough to play, I'm good enough to play. And I never really understood how a few less minutes here or there was going to actually protect me from getting injured. I'm going to play the same way, but I'm not 100% aware of the injury with Hiram, and I'm sure his situation is specifically tailored to this one, as we see Darko Kelly with the easy finish on that quick inbounds play.
He's got 12 points now, Darko Kelly.
Trailing just Kamani Lawrence with 16 on the squad.
Ben Air with the runner, gets it back, draws the foul. And that'll be shots at the Chemist Warehouse. And again, a little bit of heat in this game.
Yeah, good, as there should be. You want to make friends, go to a social club. We're out here to compete. And especially with as much chin wagons going on, there's always going to be a little bit more in that.
Darnay Samuel involved.
Well, like they're saying that don't knock the ball out of Ben Air's hands. Well, don't carry the ball around. You know, there's a ball sitting there. It's free game. Too much chatter. Let's just get to hooping. Everybody needs to stop talking. Everybody needs to keep hooping.
7 in the game. Ben Air's going to head to the Chemist Warehouse. He's actually the quietest player on the court at the moment. He's just standing there waiting.
That's because he started it.
He did. Walked away quickly. Kamani Lawrence.
I think they might actually be looking at blowing a whistle here on a technical or something for knocking that ball away, which I think would be unfortunate.
Point officials having a long chat about it at the moment.
And there's the technical.
There you go. Spot on, Casey Frank. Going to be on Ben Air. You were all over that. So,
well, I don't understand why Ben Air gets a tee for holding the basketball.
Need to see it again.
I didn't see a lot of movement. Looked like he was just holding the ball up above his head. He wasn't. He walks with it there, a little bit in the face. That makes a bit more sense from that angle.
So Ben Air with the technical foul. Darko Kelly converts at one end. Now we're going to bring it all the way back, and Ben Air will head to the line.
These are the plays that would concern me if I'm Coach Zico Cornell, because my team has shown an affinity to get caught up in the little things. I need them focusing on the game itself. This is a tighter game than I expected as Matt Bardsley comes in. Just a bit of fun.
Have a bit of fun, yeah. It is the one area of concern. I mentioned it before. I think this is something that they need to get on top of very quickly before the final 6.
Well, there's two aspects to it. There's human nature as well, and you want your guys to play the way that your guys want to play. You know, and for some guys, that chatter is part of it. That back and forth with the other team, with officials, that's all part of the game.
But you don't want to give away free shots.
You don't want to give away free shots, but you also don't want your players playing not like themselves. People have to be who they are, and you just have to find a way to be able to do that.
Bardsley on that back cut again. Just over 2 to play. Saints looking to stretch this one open. Again, Air looking for the foul. Nuggets come up with it.
Darcy Knox recovers well. And the Otago Nuggets bench definitely has a few things to say to Ben Air after that one.
I've got a feeling this one might brew a little bit longer here today. Darko Kelly, deep 2, looked great off the hand.
Easy action there, nice little flash by Jack Andrew, and then facilitates that finish with a little handoff bump screen.
Smith-Milner.
That was very close to a foul. Jack Andrew tried to get his hand out of the cookie jar.
Basket here for the Nuggets would make it interesting. They are just hanging in the contest at the moment. Jack Andrew, miss. It's going to be a Nuggets ball.
Well, good fight to stick with it. Kamani Lawrence, nice delivery there. I think Andrew a little surprised by finding the ball in his hand. Now 10 seconds here on the shot clock for the Nuggets to try and finish this possession and cut into this 6-point deficit.
Saints have tried to open it up a couple of times, haven't they, this quarter? Jack Andrew can hit triples. That one rolls out. He decides to slow it down a little bit this time.
Haven't seen a lot of Ben Gold here in the game. Back in after 5 minutes stint in the first half.
Ben Levy crashing in over the top.
Why is that a foul on Kamani Lawrence?
Didn't do much wrong.
Like Ben Levy's aggressiveness is rewarded there. Kamani Lawrence is questioning what it is I'm supposed to do. And that's shooting as well. Well, that's a tough one. It looked to me like Kamani Lawrence was in perfectly legal position on the floor, and Ben Levy comes out, attacks. Here it comes in.
Wow.
I mean, that to me looks like an offensive foul. If anything, he's leaving his cylinder. Kamani Lawrence not out of position. Tough call there, goes against him.
Very unlucky. First one misses for Malik Ben Levy. He's only 36% from the Chemist Warehouse. Puts the second one down, gives himself a clap.
Important last minute here for the Nuggets. They don't want the Getsi to stretch back to double figures, but that is exactly what the Saints are gunning for.
Both teams still have their player timeout as well. Here is Lawrence. He starred for the Nuggets in this first half.
Oh, got the fast break opportunity. You don't see Ben Gold deep.
Oh, putting it down, Ben Air.
And this was exactly what the Saints did wanted to happen, exactly what the Nuggets did not want to happen.
So he'll go off to the Chemist Warehouse to take another look. Ben Air.
Did I just call Sam Gold Ben Gold a couple of times?
Well, they are brothers.
Those big brothers get me.
That's okay.
That's what happens when you get one guy on the brain for quite a while.
How many boys in that family, by the way? There's a few.
Never enough to, unless you got 5 to fill out a full team. I got the perfect pair at
It'd
home.
be a golden team.
It would be a gold team. Gold medals every time.
Every time. Bonus. Air.
And there's that 10-point lead.
Yep.
Important here for the Nuggets to see if they can't find one. Need a really good possession here. Get in the hands of Darko Kelly, Kamani Lawrence in a place where they can be effective.
Let's see what they come up with. Splitting the gap, turning it over though. Darko Kelly, Air on the move.
Oh, stop it, Tony. Stop it.
Oh, he had a good look at it, didn't he?
That's ambitious. Look, can we take a fast break layup, even if you're a shooter like Tony Smith-Milner?
He was actually waiting for the cavalry to arrive for a rebound just in case. Corner, knocks, oh, there is Sam Gold with the block. Your boy.
Well contained on that closeout to the corner. 2.2 left. Nuggets a last chance here. Remember, the Saints still have a player timeout if they force a turnover quickly.
Darcy Knox does take the player timeout, and this will mean that the inbound will switch over to the other side of the court.
And I think in favor of the Nuggets, or maybe not in favor of the Nuggets, a little bit higher up. Personally, I love inbounding from deep. It's a very difficult place to defend because you have so many more angles you can throw straight into the post. Now it's going to be a little bit higher. They've looked for that inbounds and throw back a few times this season. They've looked for the lobs as well. The ball's going to be here on the strong side. Who's inbounding it? Darcy Knox finally going to go find that ball.
And they want to use all the time here. They don't want to give the Saints a chance to advance out of a player timeout. 2.2. Jack Andrew could have gone to the corner to Aitchison. Went it alone and came up short. And that'll do us to the half. Nuggets hanging tough, but the Saints with some late baskets. And they lead this one by 10. Toy Smith-Milner has been an absolute star. 18 points for him in the opening half. He is shooting them from everywhere. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Half there for you offensively. What were you finding out there with all that space on the perimeter?
Just spacing. We've got some great guys that can create, and they're finding me wide open, so I'm grateful for that.
Closing that quarter, you were a little bit better defensively as a squad. What's the difference between those last 3 minutes and the first 7 of that second quarter?
Lawrence is getting downhill, so we're limiting that. So we're just building walls, trying to slow them down a little bit.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half.
So Saints have it by 10. Saturday afternoon hoops in the Salza NBL. Bulls in the Tuatara still to come tonight. The Battle of the 09. That'll be a ripper out at the Stockyard. Coming up after the break, Chemist Warehouse stats. Saints leading by 10.
So we have some nuggets from night and day for you guys to smash. Does that sound good? Nice and easy, no skill to this one. No basketballs, no buckets, no threes, no layups. We need you to just eat some nuggets. How easy? How easy? Do you like nuggets? What was your name? Carter, are you confident about smashing some nuggets? Who's your favorite safe player? I like it. Good luck, Carter. What was your name? Cassia. You're excited about smashing some nuggets?
Yes.
Who's your favorite safe player?
No idea.
I like your honesty. Who's your name is? Madden. Those are some nice pink Crocs, mate. Representing, I like it. Are you excited about smashing some nuggets? Yeah. Who's your favorite player? Oh man, I like it. And last but not least, Axel. Do you like some nuggets?
Yeah.
Are you gonna smash some nuggets for me?
Maybe.
Is your uncle awesome?
Yeah.
My man. I'm his uncle, ladies and gentlemen. Count it down with me, Wellington. You guys ready? And 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, they're starting with the chicken nuggets. There's some corn nuggets in there, 1 of each. Maybe we should get them to do some layups or something afterwards. First to smash those nuggets. Maybe we should have got some water or something. Like sponsors taking their time. I don't know how to commentate this one. Nugget has been picked up. Nugget is in the mouth. The jaw is moving. He is chewing. Are they pretty dry, are they? They look pretty dry. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Axel, you look like a shark thing, mate. You alright? Okay, cool. Very cool. Nice J5s as well, man. I like it. I like it. Is it as easy as you thought it was? It doesn't look as easy as we thought it was. Keep it up, team. Keep it up. Maybe first to finish the first one. I don't think there's any time for the dancers tonight. Joking. Alright, you smashed a couple, Axel. Keep it up, mate. Carter, Cassia. Keep it up. Maybe we don't do this one again. Oh! Cassia, I She's off to the winner. Come on, guys. Casilla, she's all over it. She's all over it. Team one of the different contestants competitions we've done at halftime before. But nevertheless, big shout out to the NZNBL game night sponsor. Casilla, welcome on. Get it down here.
Kia ora, welcome back. Halftime here, Saturday afternoon hoops, round 14 of the Sal's NBL. Saints leading this one by 10. Good contest, 28-19, second quarter, doing the damage, and the home team at the moment with the upper edge. Casey Frank, Justin Nelson with you. Chemist Warehouse stats case.
Well, it was that second quarter was the difference. Down just one going into the second. The Nuggets give up an 11-point deficit to go down 10 here at halftime. Look at the score. And Tohi Smith-Milner, fantastic, leading the way for the Saints. Well supported by some other guys that went so quickly I couldn't read them. Off to the rebounds. Malik Ben-Levy, 6 rebounds. Tohi Smith-Milner backing things up. Jack Andrew, Matt Bardsley there. Looking at the assists. Both teams doing a decent job of getting their teammates involved. Ben Air leading the way on that one. Hiram Harris, 3 assists in under 6 minutes. Really being a facilitator there. Knox and Darko Kelly, 2 apiece for the Nuggies. The defense at the rim. Sam Gold did that huge block right before halftime to get on there. Terry Henderson Jr. had a highlight one earlier in the game. Kamani Lawrence, the sole block for the Nuggies, finishing with the steals. 4 for Terry Henderson Jr., 3 for Kamani Lawrence. Some quick hands on display out there, completing our Chemist Warehouse halftime stats look.
Make sure you're with us throughout the last quarter as we go searching for our MVP of the game. That, of course, is up to you. You do the voting. Look out for the QR code during the last quarter. Maybe Terry Henderson Jr. will be leading the way. Right now, though, the Saints out by 10. Second half coming up on the other side of the break.
Now, Saints family, all eyes on the big screen for the part 2 of the Broken Bond Toyota shootout video.
Kia ora, welcome back to TSB Bank Arena this afternoon. Saturday afternoon hoops in the NZNBL, of course, a doubleheader, the Bulls and the Tuatara to come a little bit later on tonight. Right now, though, at halftime, the Saints lead by 10, Casey. Frank just pulled away in that second quarter. What would the messages have been at halftime for both teams?
Well, for Coach Brent Matahara, we got to find a way to lower their three-point efficiency. They're 9 for 18 from deep. The 18 shots isn't bad. We're even with them in terms of number of three-pointers attempted, but we cannot let them make half of their shots. And if I'm coach Zico Cornell, I'm lining up two guys, Z. Darko Kelly and Kamani Lawrence. Those guys have 31 combined. Let anybody else score, but do not let those two continue to beat us. If they have the ball, create a wall. Make them make the extra pass and see if somebody else can do the job.
And probably a similar message back the other way with regards to Tohi Smith-Milner and Terry Henderson Jr. They've both been excellent.
I think a little bit different in the fact that the Saints have so many shooters. Whoever gets that ball to finish is going to be, but I would start right circling both those guys. They do not get shots early. If they get shots late, that's one thing, but these early catches in transition where they're half open or wide open, we have to cut those down. We need to do a better job as a squad of taking away those easy opportunities.
And a lot on the line, of course. The Nuggets have to win. They do need to rely on some other results from here over the next couple of weeks as well, but they win, they keep their final six hopes alive. They lose here today, it's done. For the Saints, it's all about where they're going to finish in the final six, in that top six. There's still a chance to finish in the top two, believe it or not. Outside chance.
You're saying there's a chance?
Outside chance.
You're saying there's a chance?
More likely in that position for a play-in final.
But it's still very important, especially if you can get that home seed. And maybe if you move up to that third seed, you're avoiding the Rams when you come across because they have had zero luck against the Rams this year. You want to save that game for as long as possible. But I think you're absolutely right in terms of the other aspects of the game. We do want to slow those other guys down. And for the Nuggets, nothing easier than do or die. There ain't no tomorrow. Let's get it done today.
Yep, and they've certainly played that way so far in the first half. So second half, not too far away. Will the Nuggets get themselves back into this one? We'll find out shortly. Hiram Harris, just quickly, what have you made of his game so far? We know he's on a minutes restriction. He comes back in. Of course, he is a huge part of this team over the next few weeks and into the final six. Just to have this man back, so important.
Well, 6 minutes, 22 seconds, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, enabling himself to get involved in a lot of things. The one concern, 3 personal fouls, not used to playing with this level of physicality. You can expect that, but he's so valuable to this team as a connector. You know, when he's scoring 25 points a game, I don't think that's when Hiram's at his best. He's at his best when he's got 14 and he's setting other people up. And it might be the assist pass. It might be the hockey pass, the pass that leads to the assist. I think that's what he's so valuable for as this Wellington Saints squad needs him. And that and his leadership, it's back in the fold. Hopefully can continue to get used to being on the court as the season continues to finish.
Some of the names that we've mentioned when these two teams played earlier this season. Nuggets got home by 7. Darko Kelly had 27 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Kamani Lawrence had 24 in that game. Smith-Milner had 30. And they've certainly been the stars so far today.
Missed a shot, but I like the attack. Tohi Smith-Milner saying, we want to go work through you, but attack the rim. He does so. Can't do it perfectly, though. And on the other end,
nice pass.
Kamani Lawrence just sets it up. That's just a good, hard run. Nobody helps Smith-Milner over the top. A nicely delivered ball, and they've cut this lead back to single figures.
So opening points in this second half going the way of the baby blue Nuggets. Here's Henderson Jr. He looks really good here on the charge, and he adds another 2. Just bustled Darcy Knox out of the way.
I mean, Darcy Knox is asked to be defending a lot of different guys in a lot of different ways. The size Henderson Jr. has on him there, just too difficult to keep off the glass for the finish.
Darko Kelly into the corner. And a foul there called on Smith-Milner, I think, in the end. It is.
Didn't see it from my angle, but referee Joe Clark there, he feels enough contact made underneath. Z. Darko Kelly bailed out by that one because that was very close to being a turnover.
I think he was just reaching around on Andrew. Second foul for Smith-Milner. They doubled Darko Kelly. Andrew's got the size here. Knocked out of his hand by Smith-Milner.
Well, they're being much more aggressive when Darko Kelly's coming off the on ball. He's not going to get as much freedom of movement moving forward.
Henderson Jr. in the corner, block. Andrew, that was handy over the top of Samuel. Falls to Lawrence. Stepping through on the reverse, Kamani Lawrence. That started at the other end, Jack Andrew.
Look at that hand, Kamani. That is a lovely finish between 3 defenders. The transition opportunities are key for the Nuggets. When they can get going against this defense before it's set, they're much more efficient.
Henderson Jr. Deep 2 misses. Darko Kelly, Lawrence, they team up again and can't finish. Elected to go on the reverse. Thought he was there on the layup in the first place.
Yeah, it looked like he got caught a little between. I think maybe mistaking Donnie Samuel for the size of Tohi Smith-Milner.
Ben Air.
That is tough.
With the floater.
The fade away, going away from the basket, right to left, still shooting with the right hand. That is an incredible connection there between body and balance.
He's got 18 points. Ben Air. Bardsley given some space, steps around Sam Gold and draws the foul.
Well, just that big step, bringing himself back against the momentum of Sam Gold as he looks like he's driving middle with the left, but that big quick crossover takes the bump there. Can't get the finish, but off to the Chemist Warehouse for 2, where the Nuggets have been surprisingly efficient today. Not their usual bottom of the barrel selves, but 8 for 11 from the stripe in the first half at 72%. And there is a timeout, a technical foul on Donnie Samuel.
Is it?
No, they called it on the bench because he was checked out, but it was definitely on Donnie Samuel.
How many bench techs has Donnie Samuel racked up this season?
He has done a nice job of finding a flaw in the defense.
Wow.
It doesn't come on me if I've been subbed out. Fantastic.
Gee, there's been a few. There's been more than a few.
Get the free technical free throw shot to drop there from the Chemist Warehouse, and now it'll be Matthew Bardsley for 2 attempts of his own.
Speaking of Matthew Bardsley, before the game today, I gave him the pre-title of a world record holder. He just gave me a wry grin.
Yeah, as he did. He's actually really hopeful somebody can take that off of him.
Not.
He was rooting for Nico Hill. He said he thought he was going to get it.
What is it, 25 points,
25
in the Rapid League? 25 points? Yeah.
25 points in 16 minutes. Isn't easy.
That's fair. Ben Air just has a nifty knack of drawing contact.
Well, just not enough help. Darcy Knox there just by himself as Ben Air goes down to the corner, spin moves, come back to the middle. At some point, you're going to have to send some help. There needs to be somebody in the middle to help a man who's out on an island on his own. And Darcy Knox picking up that foul, his 4th. So he will be heading to the bench soon.
And that chatter between Ben Air and Matthew Bardsley continues to play out.
Could be friendly.
It's been a running contest. I'm sure it is friendly. Converts from the Chemist Warehouse. Caleb Smiler about to check in for the Nuggets.
Darcy Knox out of the game. You know, he's already essentially the 4th guard in the rotation with no Dante Russo-Nance, no Henshaw, no Ty Webster. So now Caleb Smiler into the 5th guard. It'll be interesting to see if he's able to lift his level of play to keep the Nuggets in this ballgame.
Jack Andrew, that one away to the left.
He's had some great looks, but just hasn't looked confident letting that one fly.
Look out for Gold in the corner here. In fact, Ben Air decides to go the other side of the court to Smith-Milner. Now the Nuggets on the run. Pass, Bardsley to Lawrence. Easiest basket of the afternoon for Kamani Lawrence.
I mean, beautifully run by Matt Bardsley, drawing the multiple defenders there and dropping it in. Kamani Lawrence just blows that one. I mean, he's not 100% healthy. He's got that issue with the thumb, which certainly affects you when you're finishing around the cup, especially on those straight vertical finishes. Beautifully dropped off there, and he goes to finish it up, and you can see it just slips out of his hands. And then he's the last one to touch in that little grapple with Ben Air. A hustle rewarded just enough by that Saints defense in transition to get the stop.
Unfortunate for the Nuggets. They trail by 9. 3rd quarter action. Hope you're enjoying it. Every game live on Sky Sport. Your home of the Sellers NBL. air, again searching for contact.
Beautiful defense by Robbie Coleman, out on an island all by himself, but the size enables him to make that a much tougher shot than it looked.
Speaking of tough shots, nearly getting the roll over the lip, Darko Kelly.
That's going to stay. Robbie Coleman, hustle, rewarded, stop on one end, and just hanging around, making things tough. Keeps possession for the Nuggets on this one. 14 seconds back on the shot clock.
Love to see it. Such a competitor, Robbie Coleman. Been in the system now for a few years. Provides some cover there for Darko Kelly. Good setup, Nuggets.
Too easy. Sam Gold there, I think just forgot about what he needed to do, whose defensive assignment that was, but a good screen by Coleman to create the space. Ben
Levy for three.
That's the thing about this Saints team. Everybody can shoot. You sag it a little bit to worry about the drive, and Malik Ben Levy says, I'll drain that one. Give me space. I'll take it.
10 of 20 from downtown for the Saints this afternoon.
And look at the help side there when Kamani Lawrence drives.
Somehow got a shot up. Bardsley. They go again. The slippery eel for three. Can't finish it. And now Sam Gold comes up with it. Picked off. Darko Kelly read it so well. And then Gold commits the foul.
Those are the fouls that are really well done and professionally, because you cannot just foul anymore. That makes it look, that foul going across the body, getting the foul with your body on the body, not hacking the arm. That's what enables you to get that whistle purposefully in a transition opportunity defensively, but not with that ill intent that forces that unsportsmanlike moniker on you.
Coleman again providing cover, gets it back from Darko Kelly, leaves it short.
A nice defense there by Donnie Samuel to take that away, coming over on the help side.
Ben Air. Again, Coleman getting up.
See the transition opportunities for the Nuggets now. It was 4 players in the first half. Now it's 1 or 2 on those fast breaks.
Bit of a heat check there for Z Darko Kelly. Road home, Casey, for the Saints. In fact, it's all at home for the Saints. They got the Fi and the Sharks, both of those games here in the capital for the Nuggets. Away to the Giants and at home to the Bulls. Taking on 2 of the contenders. Here's Hiram Harris.
Back in the ball game and gets a little aggressive offensively. What he does so well, just exploring with that dribble, keeping it alive until he finds an opportunity to take advantage of.
Kamani Lawrence has travelled in the end. Gee, I wouldn't mind seeing that again.
Well, normally when you're going full speed and you get knocked off your line by a defender, but that's just not Samuel. That man's got some gravity.
Oh yeah, little steps in there.
And I don't see a foul there either. I think a good call.
Nice work by the coin officials. Sharon Martin right on the scene for that one. Here's Dougal Mita for 3. That's what he does, Casey Frank.
Yeah, I mean, instant offense. It takes such excellent concentration to be sitting on the bench, come in cold, get that first touch, and just let it fly and watch that string rip.
And the move by the Saints is officially on. They lead by 14. Danger signs for the Nuggets right now. Aitchison, tough shot, puts it down.
Oh, that is not easy. A little settler for the Nuggets to try and give them a chance to recover defensively, but the Saints continue to put the pressure on with pace.
Offensive foul here. That'll go against Hiram Harris. That's his 4th.
And he had 3 in the first half. Picks up that one there. He doesn't like the whistle. I got to say, I was watching the action elsewhere on the court, so didn't get a clean look at it. But 4th foul for him in about 8 minutes time. And the frustration palpable on Harris.
Let's hope he stays out there for a bit of an extended run right now.
Well, he's only got about 4 minutes left in the game entirely, so might as well use it up.
Smiler on the baseline. Aitchison slashing in from the weak side. Smart work, Josh Aitchison.
Well, first I like the attack by Smiler against Harris, who's got that foul trouble. He had to pull out so he didn't get the whistle, but great cut by Aitchison to make himself available for Smiler.
Speaking of Smiler, he commits the foul.
Hiram Harris felt that shoulder and just drops to the ground like the sniper got him, gets the whistle. And now he's back to the bench and disappointed with himself.
He just cannot get up and down the court more than twice. That's the frustration right there.
Well, he's been waiting for this opportunity for, you know, a good portion of the season. It finally comes, and he unfortunately can't stay out of his own way. Just over 8 minutes time now.
Zone set up by the Nuggets. See Darko Kelly with the deflection.
And he reads the passing lane well.
Yeah, he does.
He had that fast break steal on Gold earlier in this half, but there he's reading the eyes, sees the space he has. He's got those nice wingspan so he can get to those passes even when it looks like he can't.
His second half of the season's been really good. Pass just a little bit too hard there for Kamani Lawrence.
Unlucky for Kamani Lawrence. Caleb Smiler makes the right read, but that was it. Basically in the only area that Kamani Lawrence couldn't catch it, just beneath him. Unfortunate, unforced error for the Nugs there.
Tony Smith-Milner taking an extended break at the moment as well. He's got 18 in the game. Ben Ayres got 19, and he's about to get an opportunity to make it 22. He'll have to do it from the Chemist Warehouse.
Well,
How did you see that one on the kick out?
well, it's, I mean, he not the naturalist of shooting motions, but Caleb Smiler's caught behind him. You know, when he goes into that shooting touch, anything is going to be a foul there. And, you know, it's possible that the shooting motion didn't look the most natural because Smiler was already attacking him. You know, already had that physicality in him, taking him off his natural lift. But what it was a heads-up play by the veteran. Puts the defender in jail, keeps him there. You're either going to get the finish or you're going to get the whistle blown in your favor.
Must have had a foot on the line there. Only taking the two. Oh, Kamani Lawrence.
Good step. Just excellent court awareness, knowing where he is, knowing what he needs to get to the finish. Continues his excellent afternoon up to 20 points now.
Ben Levy, Coleman with the foul. Just getting back to Ben Ayre. He has been to the Chemist Warehouse 11 times today.
It's a skill. You know, it's a skill, and to be able to see where that contact's coming from, to consistently put yourself in position to take that.
It's a lot of shopping.
It's a lot of shopping, but the fouls are there. You know, none of these fouls, I would say, are created by nothing. There's contact there. And he's shopping because he's putting defenders in bad position, either with quick attacks, coming off that on ball, keeping that defender in so-called jail on your back, not letting him get around you. And being aware of when to shoot it so you get that whistle.
16-15 quarter by the Saints. I've said it a few times, but the Nuggets are just hanging in there right now.
The Saints haven't been able to pull away like we thought they might be able to do in the second half, but they've really closed quarters well today.
Some aggressive defense there. Comes up trumps for the Saints. Both Darnay Samuel and Henderson Jr.
Physicality you can get away with in basketball is physicality with your chest. If you're out there defending with your chest, moving your feet, and banging guys that are coming into you with your chest area, not your hands, not swiping at the ball, you're much more likely to be allowed to play with that level of intensity.
Last couple of minutes in this third quarter. Step back, Ben Ayre. Rebound, Bardsley.
These last 2 minutes, danger zone for the Nuggets. They really need to create some buckets and stop the Saints squad from getting any opportunities in transition.
Jack Andrew taking a seat at the moment. Smiler for three.
Probably could have waited another few seconds between getting that one up. Need better shot quality.
Oh, here he goes again. He's having some sort of a game, Ben Ayre, the 28-year-old Melburnian, letting the Nuggets know all about it.
One Nugget in particular. That Nugget is Matthew Bardsley. Stares straight down, coming back the other way. The war of words turned into war of buckets for Ben Ayre.
I'll tell you what, the Nuggets right now having a fair bit to say about it on the sidelines as well. 74 plays 61. Sal's NBL highlight show every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. All of the best bits on Sky Sport.
You know what I say to the Nuggets who are complaining about Ben Ayre talking smack? Stop them.
Yeah, get on with it.
Get some stops, homie.
Absolutely.
You were all happy to have the chin wag early in the game when it wasn't playing well. He's got a few buckets in a row. Now you wanted to cut it out. It is all part of the game.
I agree. Totally with you. Get on with it. Still a long way to go in this game.
I have liked how the Nuggets continually take a punch but keep coming back. Now, if this deficit gets too much bigger than it is right now, it is going to be difficult for them to have a realistic shot at the win. With 1:31 left here, or 32 seconds left on the clock in stadium, if they could get this back under 10, that's just always such a momentum lift, such a confidence booster. Saying, oh, we just got to make up a point a quarter. But on the other end, the Saints, I mentioned it before, close the quarters well. They have closed the quarters well every single quarter today. Is this another opportunity for them to stretch this from 13 to 17 or 18 in this last 3 or 4 possessions of the quarter?
MVP QR code will fire up shortly. Casey, which way are you leaning at the moment?
In that first half, it was all Tohi Smith-Milner for the Saints. In the second half, I've loved what Ben Ayer's done. You know, I want to mention Terry Henderson Jr. as well with the blocking the shots, the defense, those 3 guys. Good call. For the Nuggets, I've got Darko Kelly, I've got Kamani Lawrence, and I've got Matt Bardsley. Those 3 guys, I think, have led the way with their play.
You'll get your say shortly. Kamani Lawrence looking for Bardsley there.
But the way that the Saints are packing that paint when Kamani Lawrence drives from that elbow. If I'm the Nuggets, I'm trying to get him catches not outside the 3-point line, but more at that high hash mark at that elbow. So when he puts the ball on the floor, more space for the Saints to cover to get that help there.
Samuel battling with Smiler. Dougal Meter loves the corner 3.
The no-look pass delivered by Dane Samuel. Probably gave up a layup, but happy to trade 2 for 3 when you got a shooter like Rengi Marie shooting in the corner.
2 triples this afternoon for Dougal Meter. Bardsley spinning to the basket, answers.
When the defense relaxes, when anybody but Lawrence or Kelly has a basketball, they are much more focused on the 2 imports on that strong side. A few more opportunities for Bardsley and Aitchison might not go awry.
Shot clock about 6 seconds inside the game clock here. Ben Ayer, 23 in the game, has had a huge quarter. Oh, look out.
Oh, caught Darko Kelly cheating. He saw that pass going to Terry, who jumped the lane, and Terry Henderson Jr. takes advantage.
18 for him this afternoon. Off a hand there, it ends up with Bardsley. And that'll do us. 3-quarter time. The Saints have definitely made their move. You called it. They finished the quarters well, and they head into 3-quarter time with a 17-point advantage with a quarter to play. MVP votes. We want to hear from you after the break. Get your phones ready.
Wellington, 3 points in the bag. Let's see if those voices are still in check. Who's got the Nuggets? 12 of you, I like it. Who's got the Saints? That's what I thought. Let me double check. Who's got the Nuggets? Who's got the Saints?
Welcome back to Tapanganui Atara. 3 quarters down, a quarter to play this round 14 fixture in the Sal's NBL. Saints are out by 17. They have made their move, Case.
Well, they're biding their time. They're taking advantage of things. There's the MVP vote. Ben Air and Kamani Lawrence leading the way. And I see it like you do at home as Darko Kelly gets that pocket pass knocked away. Terry Henderson Jr. on the 0-piece though at the bottom.
Come on, seriously?
Sam Gold's above by Terry Henderson Jr.
Come on.
How did that go off? We'll just go back to the play. I was positive that ball got kicked. Came off a leg, but no, saying it's off the Nugs.
Terry Henderson Jr. doesn't move up in the poll, I will be very, very surprised. Nuggets have got to come out quick here and do something.
Look how many bodies. Every time Kamani Lawrence touches the paint, there's 3 blue jerseys around him. And not the baby blue ones the Nuggets are wearing, but that royal blue of the Saints. They are just absolutely building a wall. He had the 16 points at halftime. He hasn't had a bad second half, but he's just up to 20 just because they are not letting him have the opportunities. Look at that. 3 bodies right there, a 4th in the corner. They're not afraid of the three-point shooting, but they are afraid of what he can do on the interior.
He just commands that attention, doesn't he? Here he is again. Steps through the gap. Left the shot short. Ben Air leading the MVP poll according to the viewers at the moment, and you can add another 2, 25 for him.
Just that lane opening wide for him. And nobody on the Nuggets forcing him to cash those checks that he's writing. He is continually strolling down there and getting the easy finish, up to 19 points now. And those double teams from the on-balls coming together, giving the Nuggets some real issues trying to get that pass away.
That one came off the leg of Malik Ben-Levy. Henderson Jr. is going to get called for the foul here, holding up Darko Kelly.
Well, that's a tough one on Henderson Jr. because he is in the way. And you're allowed to stand where you want him, the defender. You don't have to give him that free lane, but that's going to be the 4th personal foul on Terry Henderson Jr. So he's going to have to be a little bit more judicious. I'm a little surprised that he isn't checking out of the ball game, save him just in case this Nugget squad makes a comeback.
He's got 4. Hiram Harris has got 4. Darcy Knox with 4 for the Nuggets. Darko Kelly pulls up. Ben Levy rebound. Here comes Ben Air again. Quick pass. Too quick in the end for Darnay Samuel for Henderson.
But you love the mindset. You love the unselfishness, kicking it ahead for the fast first. That's another tee on Darnay Samuel there.
Yeah, he's been teed up on the baseline. So he's been responsible for one bench tech. This one goes on him.
Well, this is him picking up the basketball. I think this one might be a delay of game tech.
Could be, yep.
Because he's picking up the basketball, but that warning did come earlier in the game when Hiram Harris was walking down with the ball in the first half. That was their first delay of game warning.
So this is the 3rd technical foul against the Saints in this game. Darko Kelly converts. He's now got 20.
When you see anything on the excessive side in this one, I would say probably not. When I'm looking at the edict sent out by the league, excessive complaining would not be allowed.
No, I don't think so. I think the coin officials have
got it under control.
Yeah, they've dealt with it pretty quickly. Foul there on Ben Levy. Saints just need to be careful here.
It's not the easiest game for them.
Was that their 3rd? Might be their 3rd team foul.
Might have an extra one up on the scoreboard here. That is the 2nd on Malik Ben-Levy.
Just a little bit of momentum riding with the Nuggets at the moment.
A bit of foul trouble out there. Hiram Harris with 4 fouls. Terry Henderson with 4 fouls. 3 on Sam Gold. 2 on Smith Milner and Darnay Samuel. 4 the Nuggets. 4 on Darcy Knox. And 2 on Darko Kelly, Kamani Lawrence, and Caleb Smiley. Look at this guy.
5 of 6 today for
He's
Kamani
killing
Lawrence.
Great. You love to see it. I love to see when the good dudes do well.
Just had a quick snapshot of that MVP poll. Ben Air still leading the way. Get your votes in. Ben Air passing.
Smith Milner rushed that one. Felt the help coming, but never had a hand on it.
Darcy Knox pull up 3.
There we
Look out!
go.
All of a sudden, Nuggets on a bit of a run here.
Now back to 14, and I always dislike it when the Saints slow the game down. I don't like it when the Saints walk it up. They work so hard on getting activity and pushing things up. And when they get these big leads, it just changes their mindset. And you can see just the chemistry of things mixes up.
Ben Levy got some size and weight on Bardsley and uses it.
What I don't mind in slowing down is when you get a mismatch like that. Ride the big fella down low, let him go to work when he's got an advantage like that.
Downhill, Bardsley tangled up. Oh, Ben Levy thought he had the ball.
I thought he came across the arms prior to actually having that possession. Bardsley really good at changing direction, going from a right drive to a left drive, moving his body position. Ben Levy had a lot of basketball at the end, but I thought he might have gone across the arms before that.
8 points, 7 rebounds. Make that 8 rebounds for Matthew Bardsley.
We make it 9 points on the free throw.
Been to the Chemist Warehouse a couple of times today. That one down as well. They continue to chip away the night and day Otago Nuggets.
Over 70% from the free throw line, which for most teams sound average. That's just about all world for the Nuggets this year.
Oh, block Bardsley on air. Those two have been going at it right throughout the day.
Bardsley coming down to the ground is already spinning around to look at Ben Air in the face and say, I got that one. A lot of contact when they came to the ground. Bardsley locked into that possession. He'll head to the bench as Josh Aitchison checks in.
There's the replay. It's been a fun one to watch between those two.
Hey, if it ain't worth, if you don't have a little bit of extra in it, is it even worth winning?
If that had gone down from air, I'll tell you now, he would have let everyone know about it. There's Knox. Lawrence. Good hand in the end. Dougal meter.
Tough to get a good hand from the backside. I think
I only say good hand because there was no whistle.
Pretty unlucky for Kamani Lawrence not to get a whistle there, but I love the stick-to-itiveness.
He's been terrific, hasn't he? Henderson Jr., tough make.
Finds the angle. Just bangs off. Aitchison with that shoulder says, give me some space, I'm going to take it.
Lawrence stepping back, sends it out. Coleman.
Oh, they need that one.
Oh, good basket, Robbie Coleman.
Back to 11. These Nuggets just don't quit. Coming back once again, but they need to get it under 10 to put some pressure on the same. Illegal screen called.
Yeah, against Smith-Milner. That was right in front of us, Case, and it looked like the right call.
Well, I'm always going to be the size of the bigs. I thought his feet were set. No, I didn't really see the shoulder drop. Sometimes, as a big man, you just get pinged for getting big. And that screen, there was some force in it. But that's because that's a forceful man. Even when he's standing still, he's still got gravity.
And she said margin at 11 now. Gee, if they score here, expect a timeout for the Saints.
What's this possession, though? Just came up, ran nothing.
Harris, Dougal meter.
Timeout to the Nuggets. And the quick one whistled. Rangimarie, Dougal Mita in transition. Hiram Harris with another assist. The left-hand finish in transition, and that's when the Saints are at their best. Forcing the turnover, creating offense out of defense, getting that ball in the bucket before the defense gets set.
Speaking of things that are set, dinner's set for tonight. Large cup pepperoni pizza, $30. That's this week's special with thanks to Sal's. Sal's Cup is the online code, and that's available until next Tuesday.
Can't go wrong with some cup pepperoni. It burns on the edges. If you let it go long enough, you get all that nice grease in there. Oh, come on now. How many cup pepperonis can you eat? Let me count the ways.
Let's have a look at the MVP poll. According to you, the viewers, it's your choice. Ben Air leading the way, 52%. That's a good choice. Kamani Lawrence at 15%. I am staggered beyond belief that Terry Henderson Jr. is not even on that list. Caleb Smiler's got 6%. Come on.
Why not?
Come on.
Caleb Smiler's he's been effective.
Hello to the Smiler family. Hello to the Gold family.
Sometimes I'm not sure that the audience knows what MVP means.
Come on.
But hey, it's your most valuable player. So whoever you think is going with it, that's who's going to get the vote. And right now it is Ben Air, who has been excellent, played a solid efficiency, 25 points, 6 above his season average. He's got 8 assists, 2 rebounds, just the 3 turnovers, and he's drawn 6 fouls today, plus minus of plus 13.
Terry Henderson Jr., 20 points at 50%, 4 triples, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 1 block.
Yeah, he's pretty good too.
Back underway.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't deserve a vote.
Oh, he deserves a vote. Doubled there.
But
turned it over, Darko Kelly.
There's been a few of those occasions where that double has really given him some issues. Nice job by the Saints of once again attacking the ball handlers coming off those screens and not giving them any options.
Been seeing it all season. When the Saints come out of a timeout, their focus on defense is sky high. They immediately go into maximum pressure. Here's Harris. Great to have him back. Did he drop the shoulder?
No, they're saying defensive foul. Well, they're going to chat about it now. I thought Ryan Jones on the baseline had a defensive foul. I thought Sharon Martin's got the offense. The offense is called. That is Hiram Harris's day done.
5 fouls for Hiram Harris. Back into the cells at NBL. Played just over 9 minutes in the end.
And take another look at it. He's got this one-on-one action. Very similar to what was called earlier on Kamani Lawrence. You know, something that I think is more selling the call than anything else, but you can see why the whistle, the shoulders down, going into the body of a smaller, lighter player. Advantage created, whistle blown.
Darcy Knox. There's a foul here called against
Coleman.
Yeah, the Nuggets in the end. And Ben Ayres come up worse for wear out of that.
Coleman changing that angle a little bit. There's been a few illegal screens. Take another look at it.
There it is.
He wanted to get that extra little bite in. It's okay. You could just let the advantage was already created. Didn't need any extra activity.
Looked awkward, didn't it? 5 minutes to play. Nuggets still in this one. Just can't land a big blow. Trying to get it back to single digits. This man has been on fire.
Foul called.
And he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse for 3, Terry Henderson Jr. Surely we see him now. We do finally, Casey. 6% of the vote for Terry Henderson Jr. I reckon he should be up in the top 3.
6%. Well, we've got an 8%. So I'm going to say 6% is 2 votes. We got 2 out there.
Not enough.
Yeah, but I think overall we got it right. Ben Ayres leading the way still with 51%. He is looking like the MVP. Closing in on a double-double with assists. And certainly burning the most calories through the vocals.
88-75, timeout called here, 4:51 to play. It's a double on a Saturday, as it always is in the cells at NBL. Stick with us on Sky Sport. We are headed to the Stockyard. 6:30 p.m. local time, Sky Broadband Rapid League, and then from 7:30 p.m. a Saturday night special with the Bulls going up against the Tuatara. Both of those teams jockeying for position in the final 6 and the all-important home finals up for grabs.
And that was a year ago that the Tuatara in that venue were up about 20 points, and a hellacious comeback by the Bulls saw them snap a winning streak for the Tuatara. So that is not the friendliest confines for that Tuatara squad, and this is before being down 3 out of their 5 starters.
I think when they met earlier this season, the Bulls had won their first 4 games of the season. They travelled to the North Shore full of confidence, and they were swiftly sent back to the other side of the Bombays.
And that was really the first game this season where I noticed the Bulls fouling issues. That was the one where they just could not stay out of their own way, sent the Tuatara to the line time and time again because of the physicality with which they were playing.
And it is a noted problem now, isn't it?
It'll be interesting to see if they've learned their lesson, especially in a game where you would say that the Bulls have more talent, don't need to inflict their will on the opposition to the same way or to the same degree.
No team fouls more than the Franklin Bulls.
Well, correction, no team get caught more often fouling.
That's true. That's very, very true. Here's Henderson Jr. at the coloured stripe. 2 of 2. He's still got a third to come. He's had a heck of an afternoon.
Up to 22 points now. Just under 35 minutes for him. The efficiency, you'd just love to see that level of efficiency. 50% from the field, 50% from deep. And staying perfect from the line at 5 for 5.
He has settled into this lineup. Lawrence and Darko Kelly teaming up. Smith Milner with the hand.
In the second half, the Nuggets very rarely have gotten that ball to a second side. They just continue trying to hammer it through. A little bit more movement might surprise the Saints defense.
Darko Kelly, a bit deep on the corner shot.
The Saints really slowing it down now, though. The clock is well in their favor with this 16-point lead.
Air has 25, throws it up to Smith-Milner.
Assist number 9. And still Smith-Milner crosses 20 points, now at 20.
Speaking of big games, Ben Air, fingerprints all over this one today. In and out for Darko Kelly. And then he just reaches a little bit too much on Ben Levy.
Just trying to be a little bit more aggressive, trying to make something happen, but I think they need to do that in the half court instead of 90 feet away from the basket.
That margin at 18 now. Been a terrific crowd here today.
As per usual.
Still got a couple of home games to come, the Saints, and maybe a home final. Henderson Jr.
Well, they're just really exploring the studio space now. Getting out there, looking for fouls, playing a lot of one-on-one basketball. Less passes means less opportunities for turnovers, and let's just take advantage of the physical advantages that we have.
Winners so far in round 14, Sal's NBL. The Airs on the road took down the Hawks by 16. The Phi in a thriller. Jaden Bazant, buzzer beater, three-pointer, and they get home by 3 over the Bulls, 87-84. And last night, the Rams, the onslaught continues for the reigning champions. They pummeled the Airs in New Plymouth, 111-83. Quite extraordinary.
That may be the most surprising result of the season for me. Certainly expected the Airs to come with a bit more defensive noose there in that one, but that one finished quickly after that blitz in the first quarter, or first half, sorry.
Win streak at 14. We get to see them tomorrow afternoon against the Jets. Jets have lost their last 13. Rams have won their last 14.
We might have to remember my Hail Marys and say 1 or 2 for the Jets tomorrow. Let's see a miracle.
Oh, that would be, it's going to be a big miracle if that happens.
Hey, well, no better time for a miracle than a Sunday.
Kamani Lawrence back to the Chemist Warehouse
Kamani
stripe.
Lawrence.
He's been great from that spot. Came in 43% on the season from the stripe.
It's just so good to see. That last one was a little bit more hitchy. He's trying to get a smooth rotation into it. And you can see his form has faltered as this game has gone on, and you can tell the fatigue's getting to him. Unfortunately misses that one, but just really nice to see him get some results in something he has worked tirelessly on this last couple of years.
He's battled back from that shoulder situation. Has been a long journey, hasn't it? Smith-Milner is fouled.
Just really working that pick and roll activity. Sorry, did we mention that Terry Henderson fouled out of the ballgame?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, he fouled out of the ballgame with 25. Co-leading scorer now. His day is done after that one that sent Kamani Lawrence to the line.
Biggest minutes and biggest game of the season for Terry Henderson Jr.
Yeah, just ramping him up, but a very clean fit. Doesn't take anything away from anybody else on the court, but certainly adds to it with that shooting ability.
Smith-Milner converts. He moves up to 21 now. That other game tomorrow, Sunday night, down at the Trafalgar Centre. NBS Nelson Giants up against the Southland Sharks. A lot on the line there for the Giants. They win that, I reckon they're home. I reckon they'll make the final 6 from there. It's going to be very hard to tip out. Probably almost impossible given their percentage. Bit of a danger game though. Southland Sharks in a bit of form at the moment. Speaking of form, Ben Air. Gold, Dougal Mita.
Well, he is finding form at the right time of year. Rengi Dugumita in double figures now. 4 for 5 from the field and 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. 4 triples in the Rapid League and another 3 to that tally here in the Sal's NBL tonight.
Been handy, hasn't he? Bardsley Andrew finishes.
The Saints now hunting that 100-point total, which always brings some smiles from the crowd.
It's what they average, 100.6 points per game this season. Guess where Ben Ayre's headed?
Right back to the Chemist Warehouse.
He's been there 11 times today for 9 makes. Here's the GJ Gardner Holmes replay.
This is the 8th foul that he's drawn. Bardsley taking away the opportunity for the easy finish, picking up, very surprisingly, his first foul of the day. How does Matt Bardsley only have 1 foul at the end of a game?
It's true.
That dude gets himself involved in things.
He's certainly been involved in things with Ben Ayre today. Those two have been locking horns. It's been a lot of fun to watch, but this is the man who's won the battle. Listen to the crowd. Ben Ayre, that'll be his day done. And what a day it was.
Gets the double-double, 27 points, 10 assists, 2 rebounds. Just the 3 turnovers against those assists.
Ahi. Rusk is out there as well now. Smiler, Coleman, Piper. It's a rapid league lineup for the Nuggets.
Foul called there on Dane Samuel underneath. The Nuggets work so hard to get this back to 10 points, 11 points here in the 4th quarter. Excellent response from the Saints. They are in the midst of a bit of a losing streak on this home court.
3 of their last 4 they've lost here at home.
Not what you would expect from the Wellington Saints, and with nothing but home games to ride home, they'll be very pleased to have found a solution to the problem that had been vexing them.
On Sal's Hoop Edge during the week, Casey, we spoke about a couple of teams that were struggling to secure venues for finals. Caslow Evans Jr. will head off to the coloured stripe now. The Saints being one of them. Play-in finals. Maybe in jeopardy of being able to host, given venue availability. They're working very, very hard behind the scenes on that at the moment. And so too, the Auckland Tuatara, when it comes to semi-finals, and they look destined for a semi-final. They may have to take that game on the road, and they're currently talking about the prospect of the Stockyard, believe it or not.
That is a long way for the Tuatara faithful to go to get to that neighborhood. That is a vastly different spots, even though they're in the same area code. And you know, for the Saints, it would be a huge loss not to be able to count on the home court advantage that this stadium creates for them. But you know,
I can't stress enough, they're working very hard on it at the moment.
You know, this was the issue. For a long time, people thought that the league was having all the finals in one venue just because. But one of the issues is venue availability.
Hard, yeah.
You know, you have to. It's a very difficult situation to work with councils. There's a lot of moving parts. There's dates that have been locked in for other events for months, if not years.
Yep.
And that is not the easiest thing to move. You know, we do not have a lot of basketball-only dedicated venues in this country, or really anywhere else in the world outside of the EuroLeague and the NBA. So when it comes to playing where you want to play, you have to work with a lot of partners.
I'll tell you what is easy. It's easy to pull your phone out, scan that code, go in the chance to win some Sal's pizzas, and tell us who your MVP is from this game today. Ben Ayre leading the way with 40%. Kamani Lawrence, Terry Henderson Jr. right up there. Caleb Smile has done incredibly well to get 11% of the vote. Well done to him.
Well, hold on now. Let's look at the stats for Caleb Smiler. He's put together just under 11 minutes, 1 point, 1 rebound, 2 assists.
What are you trying to say?
Per minute, not too bad.
Come on. I love our viewers, but...
Hey, it's the viewer's choice.
Yes.
This is the viewer's MVP.
Yes, we stay
if they wanted to be Caleb Smiler, they're allowed to make a Caleb Smiler. Piper doesn't find it.
Rusk with the rebound. Sends it out. Coleman charging. Lovell
with another block. He just has a knack for getting those shots out of the sky.
He's a good young talent, isn't he, Corey Lovell? Here he is receiving inside. Just clutched it in the 1 mid. Rusk with the foul. I had a FI game couple of weeks ago. There's that battle underneath.
Good fight by Rusk underneath.
If there's one player who can rack up votes on the MVP poll quicker than anyone else, it's Tui Lewis. He has got a serious fan club out there.
He's got a serious fan club, but he's also got a loud game.
He has,
when he scores 12 points, you know about it.
Twitchy, that's the nickname you've given him.
He is a twitchy man. He is all kinetic energy.
It's a twitchy Lewis. 104 plays 80 here. Just over a minute to play. Saints are going to come away with the win. The effort from the Nuggets, admirable today. They're down on numbers, though, missing some star plays. Ben Henschel, by the way, for Nuggets fans, we're told flies back in tomorrow.
Lovely to see him finish off the season. He had a nice little tour with the Boomers. Great talent. Good season up to this point. But, you know, a lot of what-ifs coming at the end of this year for this Nuggets squad. What if we could have kept our players for the entirety of things? I know. What if Ty Webster wasn't such a dedicated father? Come back to the States to be there for the birth of his son, Nasir.
Is that a what if?
Well, you know, it is a what if when it comes to the season.
Robbie Coleman from deep. They have lost 11 of their last 14 games, the Nuggets, so despite that hot start when they won their first 3 of the season, it has been tough since then. Evans Jr.
Well, he's got game. He's a guy that I wouldn't mind seeing playing a little bit more in the Sal's NBL.
Well, you might see a bit more of him right now.
He's just got a nose for it. He just has a nose for it. I first actually laid eyes on him because I don't follow the high school level basketball very closely, but Steve at Adams camp a couple of years back, and just really was drawn to his energy, his leadership. And he's a guy I think could be hanging around the league for a long time. He's a guy I wouldn't mind seeing on the court a little bit more often.
Rusk is going to get called for the travel there.
Nice job, Castle Evans Jr. moving the feet, playing solid defensively.
Spent some time with the Saints, with the Giants, of course.
Giants last year. Played well down there.
Got a feeling the Saints players are going to be signing autographs for quite a while after this game, because the kids down the end of the court lining up already is quite remarkable. Maybe a late basket for the Saints. It's been their day. Tada, Paese. Listen to the crowd up and going. Dying seconds here. Smiler calls the player timeout. They will advance with .2.
I appreciate that he looked up and saw the clock 4 seconds and then waited until he got a little impeded on the dribbling to call that timeout.
I think this will change, though.
I think give him another half second or so, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm thinking about .8, but let's see what the official call is.
Player timeout here for the Nuggets.
1 second.
Let's see what they can do late here. It's going to be a Saints win. They have had the best of it since quarter time. Just a point in it at quarter time. Piper with the late shot. Nothing there, and the Saints get home by 26. Good victory in the end as they charge on towards the Sal's NBL Final 6. The MVP right there. Ben Air gets your vote this afternoon, and deservedly so. 39% of the viewer vote. Your MVP is Ben Air. Congratulations to our winners of the Sal's Pizzas as well, as we have a quick look at the Chemist Warehouse stats.
We'll take a look at the scoring, led by Ben Air and Terry Henderson for the Saints. 26 points for Ben Air, 25 for Terry Henderson Jr., 21 for Tohi Smith-Milner. Bringing up the rear, 11 for Dougal Mita, the other double-figure scorer. 4 double figures for the Nuggets as well, led by Kamani Lawrence and Zudar O'Kelly with over 20 on the glass. Is a category that eventually went the Wellington Saints way, but just barely 43-42. Ben Levy doing the yeoman's work there. Matt Bardsley leading the way for the Nuggies. Into the assist, Ben Air. That's his double-double, 10 assists there. Lawrence, 3 assists at halftime, unable to get that going in the second half, and that lack of ball movement for the Nuggets really affected their offensive efficiency as things went along. Blocks well well spread out between 3 players apiece on both squads. Into the steal game, Terry Henderson Jr. very active, as was Kamani Lawrence. Tony Smith-Milner, the only other player with more than one. But the real stat of this game for me is just the 3-point shooting. 14 for 29 for the Saints, 7 for 32 for the Nuggets. That 7 3-point discrepancy, essentially the discrepancy in this ballgame.
Certainly is. The Saints get it 106-80 over the Nuggets. Quick look ahead. Bulls in the Tuatara to come tonight. Sky Broadband Rapid League from 6:30. Sal's NBL from 7:30. We're headed to the Stockyard shortly. And then a couple of games tomorrow to round out round 14. The Jets and the Rams. We look forward to bringing you that one also live and free on Sky Open. And then the Sunday evening clash between the Giants and the Sharks. Can the Giants wrap up their final 6 berth, or can the Sharks cause an upset as they find some late season form? For this one here today in the capital, the Saints win it by 26. On behalf of Casey Frank and the entire Sky Sport team, hope you've enjoyed it. Half an hour away, we head to the Stockyard. We'll see you soon. Mā te wā.